Greetings and welcome to Channel Other Doc. I am Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is our campaign of The Sprawl, a cyberpunk game by Hamish Cameron that is powered by the apocalypse. During this campaign, we're helping to raise funds for the Bail Project, a charitable organization that helps provide bail assistance to protesters. The link to donate is on the screen now. You can see it right up there. And will appear periodically in the chat. Our donation team is Team Phyllis, so you can always just type !Phyllis, and as has just been done, to get the link to show up there, you follow that link and go make a donation. We are just $100 away from our goal, so it's very exciting. Hopefully we can get it in there, and that will be continuing for the duration of this campaign. Let us go around and say hi to everyone and find out whomst they are and whomst they are indeed playing, he said, deliberately using words incorrectly. And we shall start with Anino. Hello.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Anino, and I play Bill, the driver. We both use he, him pronouns.
Awesome. And now let us go over to Sara. Hello.
Hello, I'm Sara. I use she, her pronouns. I am currently trying to take some frantic notes on how to play my character. And I play Valkyrie the hacker, who uses she, they pronouns.
Excellent. I still am not sure how to play my character. I just basically hit things, but yeah.
Hey, this is the first time I've actually found where all the moves are in the Matrix handout.
Ooh.
Like, how many sessions are we in? I've finally found where they are, so.
Nice. Excellent. And now let us go down over to Beans. Hello.
Hi, I'm Beans. I play Mouse, the infiltrator, and we both use they, them pronouns.
Awesome. And now, finally, we shall hand things over to... I don't know why I got quiet just then. And now, finally, who will our MC be? We don't know. We have no way of looking to the right to see who's in that box.
Oh, crap, it's me.
Yes, it turns out it's Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian. I use he, him pronouns, and I am frantically taking notes on how to play the rest of the characters. When we left our intrepid band of ne'er-do-wells last session, as I recall, you were planning to steal a car. So I'm just going to go around and find out where everyone is at the beginning of the mission. We're going to start with Bill. Where are you starting the mission?
So Bill is sitting in a tow truck. He has since he burned his identity on the what was that, the ABBA?
Oh yeah.
Tow group. He has a new tow group that he's working for because
gotcha.
He needs to change things up. So he's sitting in a tow truck about maybe 2 or 3 blocks away from the gated community in which he is supposed to go in and tow away a car that will be having some problems.
That's the theory. Speaking of cars having problems, let's move to Mouse. Where are you beginning the mission?
I need to get into the gated community, so maybe hopping a fence? I didn't think this through.
Okay, so
but none of us did.
That's fine. But the plan, though, just to make the general plan in your case, though, is break in, not talk your way in, right? Is that the?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, got it.
This one.
No problem. Okay, just making sure I understood. So Valkyrie, where are you?
Valkyrie's in their fancy new apartment, running this.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, has like some of the windows have like shifted into being screens for them. And we ended last time with you mentioning that Valkyrie had noticed something like at the edges.
That's true.
Of the cyberspace. So at some point, it doesn't have to be right now, but sometime in this mission-y-ish, Valkyrie really wants to poke at that and try and draw it out.
Yeah, we'll get back to that one pretty soon then. And speaking of poking things, John, what are you doing?
Hello. I have forgotten the plan.
I'm not sure there was one, to be fair.
It was the extent that I remember was steal that car. So
I think
Bill had a plan. It's just that everyone decided that it needed to be fancier.
Oh, that's right. Yes, we messed up and we made it
Isn't there like
Took
AI
something simple and made it really complex.
Yes.
Yeah,
there is an AI involved.
friend. Yeah.
Yes, Aurora.
Yep, you got your AI friend to help you out.
My friend Aurora will be helping us, and we just have to put a camera in there. So I'm probably near somewhere.
Well, the car itself is in fact in a gated community, and it's a few streets back from the actual gate. And said gated community is not too far from a pretty major monolith manufacturing facility where they make, for the most part, they make vehicles and vehicles and vehicle paraphernalia.
Okay. I guess it's just going to depend on wherever I am needed, so I'm going to try to be somewhere where I am nearby.
Gotcha.
And can immediately appear if necessary.
Which you're pretty good at. So yeah, that'll work. That should work well.
What if John was in a giant tool bin in a tow truck?
Again? I mean, I will. It worked great last time. So if you want to.
I know, isn't that great? Actually, I have this strange idea, this terrible idea.
Yes.
That
like goes around here.
Don't we all?
That I'm actually that maybe I'm in a taxi that's just doing circles in places.
Is Aurora driving you around?
Yes. Yeah. Basically,
perfect. Yeah.
We're just hanging out, and when it's time, she will deliver me to the right place.
I like it.
Is sort of or close enough that I can then get out.
Okay.
So that way, it's going to be mobile enough that it'll.
Yeah. Okay.
I can then just sort of leap out and start heading wherever.
In that case, let's start with Mouse. You want to just do a regular roll? Try to get into the place roll.
What does get into the place roll fall under?
Let's see. That one's going to be covert entry, is what we call that.
You're under your get into the place stat. You don't have that.
Yeah, it's what would covert entry be under?
There we go. Covert entry is, hang on, let me look it up. It's cool.
Okay, that's what I thought. Which is great.
Because specifically, this is the move for infiltrators to infiltrate a secure area alone, and you are in fact alone.
That is correct.
And this will be +0 forward, just regular cool roll in your case.
That's what I did. I did 9.
That is outstanding. Okay, so that's going to give you 1 hold, if I remember right. Yeah, you get 1 hold. Mm-hmm. And let's see. So I'm going to give you the list of things you can use that 1 hold for.
Cool.
And remind me if I am leaving anything else out, because I am pretty good at that. But these are the 4 things that you can use your 1 hold for. Currently, you don't have to. You're in. Oh, you have cat burglar, right? Which means you automatically now have +1 gear, or plus gear is all it is. Which means you have you have or you will at some point steal a thing that will help you when you need it. So when you decide it'd be great if I had this thing, declare that you have the thing, and then mark off your gear. So.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna do escape notice and like I like find a weird spot in like some bushes and like shimmy through some bushes. So I'm like trying to like not deal with security systems. I don't want to take too much time, so I'm just like, don't notice me.
Okay, well in that case, you won't have to use the hold for that yet because escape notice is you only have to use the hold when something's directly opposing you, meaning something shows up that could see you, then you could escape notice from that. So it's understood that you're just generally being stealthy and hidden. In
Gotcha.
so explain to me. I mean, yeah, tell us what it looks like when you get in. How do you get in?
Shimmy. I was going where I said before, which is just I think like shimmy through some bushes and like kind of like going over the fence, like,
Yeah,
kind of thing. Just like trying to look like just like a teenage hooligan who like is like trying to cause some trouble. Is like
just in case you get okay.
Mouse usually blames most of their crimes on teenagers. So this is fun. I didn't do it. It's just some teen.
It's those darn teens.
Those kids.
Got it. So okay. So yeah, so you literally hop the fence and like a lot of gated communities, there's a fair amount of trees between the fence and actual backyards. So you've got they've been nice enough to plant some cover for you to sneak around in, and you've been given the exact location of the house. So you're fine as far as that goes. And I'll get back to you when you have the house in your sights.
Cool.
But just to make sure, right now anyway, and this may change, but right now, as I understand it, you're just dressed as like kind of a, like you said, sort of a teen hooligan type, just
yeah, like hoodie. I've got like a beanie on and like gloves, but like the gloves don't match, and like the beanie's like a little too big, which is just an oversight on Mouse's part. It's just slowing down a little bit.
That's even funnier. Yeah, you just grabbed the wrong one. Oh crap!
It's like I've got like two, and I like picked the wrong one.
Excellent.
But like the other one's better with a wig, and I didn't put a wig on today.
I like that. Perfect. Okay. And I guess you are on your way to the house. And let's see. We're assuming again, obviously everyone's on comms, so everyone knows that Mouse is in. Which actually brings us to Valkyrie. What are you up to now that you know Mouse is in?
Well, I've ordered takeout.
Nice.
The most
Really
important part of any plan.
The really important pieces here.
Of course.
So again, because we had a plan, we were gonna hijack the car of the guy in the community because that was what was gonna get us into the building where the car that we actually need to steal. So we're stealing two cars as a result of this mission.
Basically, yeah. The
car we need to steal is in the Ward's factory building. Yeah. Right? Okay. Knowing that Mouse is in there, does this look like the really kind of creepy gated community that has cameras?
Oh, it has a lot of cameras. It has cameras. It has an actual person at the gatehouse. And it has armed people, not a whole lot, but I mean, it does have like armed people on golf carts doing security checks, just patrolling.
Okay, well, I can't hack the people, so I would like to.
You can if you try hard enough.
Yeah, that's quitter talk. I know. So I would like to just get into the security system of this community.
No problem on that. All right, so let's see. First one is this one will require a login because you have to convince it that you're allowed to be here.
Yep.
And then follow that up with Console Cowboy. And
okay, well, I got a 6 on the login roll.
Oh, so that probably
Yikes.
Now, that's a good question. Let me check Console Cowboy and see if you get to roll Console Cowboy on that one. I honestly don't remember. Let's look that up real quick. Okay.
Yeah, does the failure mean that I just don't get in, or that I get in and they know I'm there?
It's that one depends, and I will let you know when you connect to. Okay, you are not connected to the secure system yet. Okay, so something has blocked you.
Odd.
Okay, let me check this real quick. Whoops, let me type the right thing. All right. Oh, there it is. Oh, nope, you are in. I was wrong. You're in, but I get to choose two things. That's what happened. So you're in. That wasn't the problem. Oh, so actually, you do get to roll Console Cowboy. So while I'm deciding which two of these things to inflict on you, roll Console Cowboy, because you may want to use some of that to make the stop.
I got an 8 on Console Cowboy.
And that's going to be 1 hold. Okay.
1 hold.
And hang on, while I'm looking this up, while you're in this system, and I know you've got it in front of you, but it doesn't hurt to have it in more than one place. Let me throw it over here. Let's see. Those are the things that you can spend your hold on while you are in this system. And you may, depending on how these things work out, you may have a chance to do a Console Cowboy roll again, depending on what the systems are. All right, so now I get to... Okay, what is the stealth on your deck?
I think it's 3.
That is big. Okay.
No, sorry, it's 2.
Okay. Well, right now you have 1 trace, and you know you have 1 trace.
Cool.
So they haven't found you yet, but you did the digital equivalent of like stepping on a twig, basically. And
I was trying to eat noodles with one hand and hack into it with another, and it didn't quite work. The ramen was a little hotter than I anticipated.
alas.
Yeah.
All right, and hang on, I may... Here we go. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Here's the thing that you have discovered about this neighborhood's system is they actually have some pretty serious counter intrusion software.
I don't like that.
So ice has been triggered, but it's not right now. It's the friendliest kind of ice. But it's attempting to identify you.
Nope. Nope. I'm gonna spend my 1 hold from Console Cowboy to knock that nonsense off.
Gotcha. Now, do you also have a move that's specific to ice?
I do. I have Icebreaker.
That's all. I mean, you're not required to use it. I was just making sure. And
so I actually have a question about that because I haven't used it before.
Yes.
It says once per matrix run, I can do that. Does that mean like once per login?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Like in that case, we're going to consider it like for purposes of this mission specifically. In fact, what it'll be is there will be you're pretty much going to end up doing 2 runs because the systems are not connected. So it's the neighborhood system, and then I'm assuming at some point you'll probably be in the factory system. That'll be a second run. So
cool. So I'll actually go ahead and use the icebreaker to knock that off so that I can keep my holds from Console
That makes
Cowboy.
sense. Also, you do have you can always use what's called melt ice, which is an edge roll.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Yeah. However, that one comes with the possibility of consequences.
Yeah.
So, but FYI, if you get oh, that one's not great. And the reason it's not great is you do disable it, but you have to get a 10 or higher in order to keep it from executing its routine. So,
we'll save that for like emergencies.
Yeah. Good call.
And,
okay. Yeah. So
yeah,
you've
we'll
used...
do the icebreaker on this to knock that protocol off, so that I still have my one hold from.
Makes sense.
Cowboy.
Okay, so it was trying to identify. You were like, nuh-uh, and so you are in the system though, and you've got your one hold from the console cowboy. Now we need to do compromise security. So let's roll that, and
that is mine.
I believe it is.
Good God, what is happening tonight?
Oh, come
That's a
on.
4.
Wow, that is extraordinarily bad. Okay, so
I
hang on.
literally rolled snake eyes on that because my mind is +2.
It's 2. Yeah, you had to. That is the lowest you could conceivably get. That's not great.
Wow.
All right, so let's see what happens on that. You trigger.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay, here's the thing. You're still in, but you've triggered an alert. So you just don't have any hold to spend is the problem.
I still have the one from Console Cowboy.
No, the one from Console Cowboy, but you didn't gain any hold. You're exactly right. So you're but the good news is all you had to do was compromise the security, but it does trigger an alert, which means I need to be specific about that. Okay, that one is actually going to bump the action clock up one, so these guys might be on higher alert. All right, so what happens?
I have another question.
Yeah.
I have all this crap that stacks. So one of my programs on my cyber deck is lockdown that says when you successfully compromise security, I get +1 hold. I'm going to go with a 4 as probably not a successful compromise security.
Actually, no, it's still successful. You just triggered an alert. So actually, technically, because you had 0 hold, 0 + 1 is still 1. So, so you're in. You just, and really, okay, fictionally, what this means is this string of actions. Really, what that means is this is much higher security than you would expect, even from a corporate-controlled gated community. You basically this is not usual.
This isn't like the ADT security system.
You were not expecting this level of resistance at all. So
cool.
It is weird that, like, and you've been in a lot of corporate systems, so you know, residential even, you know what they normally look like. And even the ones where the executives live, this is big. It's throwing a lot of stuff out there.
Ooh. Okay. So okay. I'm gonna spend my one hold from the compromised security lockdown to knock that alert off. And then convert my one from Console Cowboy into giving me another hold on the compromised security.
Right. So technically, well, I mean, and you still, oh wait, so you use the one from compromised security to
knock the alert off, and then took the one that I had from Console Cowboy to put it back into the security system.
Okay, so in that case, the alert, it was about to make everybody on a higher level of vigilance, and you were like, you turned that off. Got it. Okay, no problem.
Nope. I'm also going to come on comms like, so PSA, this is a pretty hefty security system, even for a gated community of corporate execs. I've been in here for 30 seconds, and there's been like at least 2 alerts already. They're silenced. We're good, but just heads up, everybody. Keep stay a little bit more alert than normal. I don't think this is as cushy as we think it is.
Gross.
Yeah, that's kind of my reaction.
Well, just let me know if you need me to go in and start taking people out.
Leave that decision up to Mouse, since they're the one who's in there.
That's a good point. Okay, we're gonna get to John and then Mouse and then follow up with Bill. So John, this is likely to be brief, but you are noticing some things. So Aurora's driving you basically around the periphery of the community. In fact, do me a favor. Go ahead and make an assess roll. This seems like a good time for that.
Assess roll. I just need to make an assess roll.
I didn't know.
I really don't know what's going on anymore.
Does anybody?
Okay, so that gives you a 7, which is hang tight. Let me get over here. I think that gives you 1 question, if I remember right. Yes, it does. 1 hold, technically. So if you wish to ask one of these questions immediately, go for it. Let me get that stuck in the chat. Or you can hang on to it for because you'll get a +1 when you act on the answer to any of these questions. So if you have one you want to ask immediately, feel free. Also, given the nebulous nature of this, you may wish to just hang on to it for future reference. But if you're curious about anything now.
Hey, thank you for the bits. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Yay! Friend of the show, Sara, has given us some.
So yes, what am I doing? Oh yeah. Where does this list start and the previous list end? Okay. Or is this all just one? I'm lost. Wait a minute. Oh, 1 forward when acting on the answers. What potential complication do I need to be aware of? What do I notice is better? We have a vulnerable has we got hide here. I'm gonna take the one in the middle.
Okay.
No, I don't know which one.
Could you read that middle part again?
I am gonna hold on to it because I won't. We're not quite screwed enough yet to know what
that's an excellent point.
The Hail Mary is, and I feel as though
with you.
This would make an excellent Hail Mary question set. So
That's actually a very good point. Yeah, you're right.
Hold on to that for us.
Okay, in that case, you are gathering information while Aurora is driving you around. Are you and Aurora chatting while you're doing
Yeah,
this?
absolutely.
All right, good.
We're singing Frank Sinatra songs.
I forgot.
That's right.
So it's like one of those things where I'm just kind of looking out the just kind of looking out the window as we're just kind of I'm actually sort of sitting there and just sort of glancing out the window, with the things raised up and just kind of looking, and it's just as we're just sort of noting things as they go by, and just sort of every light, just sort of pulling the light, looking, continuing, going, you make me feel so young. Even
Do we hear this?
Oh my gosh, I guess so. If you're doing it out loud at all.
I'm not doing it on trying not to do it on comms per se.
I imagine we have a mute self feature on our comms.
It is definitely possible to turn off. Yeah,
this is just for Phyllis and me. This is just a thing that we share.
Phyllis or Aurora?
No, it's canon now. It's canon now. They're the same person.
This is the thing that Aurora and I share.
Phyllis has been Aurora the whole time.
Phyllis is she's being voiced. She did all the voice work.
Yeah, she did the voice capture for Aurora. This is between Aurora and me.
Where do you get the money from?
That checks out.
This is just a thing that Aurora and I do because no one else knows to do it with her, and I don't want to weird anyone out. So it's like,
every now and then, John realizes that some of the things he does might weird people
every
out.
now and then. Well, no, it's a thing where it's like he doesn't know if it's actually more because he doesn't know if Aurora is comfortable with it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And so it's like he wants to just. It's a thing that I think it's a thing that Aurora probably wishes would happen with more of her passengers.
Absolutely.
But which is a thing where it's like, it's kind of, you get people who are fully biological involved, who are more fully biological involved, and it's not the same.
No. No, it's not. There's a certain threshold. Yeah.
There's a distinct threshold between singing Frank Sinatra with biologicals and singing it with computers. There's just a world of difference.
It's true.
Either side of that line.
I know, right? So let's see. Let's get to Mouse. You are now in sight of the house with the car parked outside it. It is not in a garage. It is in a driveway. The house has a garage, but garage is currently closed. Lights are off in the house. And currently you see no movement around the house. And you easily avoid a golf cart patrol that comes past. You hide long enough to let them get through.
Of course they have golf cart patrol. So I think my plan is to slide under the car and do damage underneath, so it's not like obvious there's a person in or outside the car, and that way I can just kind of hide a little bit.
Yeah, okay. In that case, do you want to immediately just start screwing with the car? Because if you do, that just happens. There's no role to sabotage the car. You're good at that. No one's currently oddly trying to stop you from sabotaging the car. So
I'll just do things that would make it not work.
Got it.
I don't think about cars.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I do bad car things. Yeah.
Yeah, like remove things, just fill with shit. I don't know. It's not doing it's good.
Gotcha. And you let Bill know that you've messed with the car?
Yeah, I'll be like, so I think I did it. I think I have successfully broken the car. It's like leaking stuff. I feel like that's bad.
Leaking stuff.
It doesn't even know it. It's just like
What's weird is it's an electric car and somehow it's still leaking stuff. I don't know.
Mouse is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm it's so good. So,
all right.
Is there anything else?
Well, no. Now we just gotta wait for the driver to discover that they're got a problem with the car.
Didn't really think that part through. How they're gonna know? I could throw something in their bushes or something, make them go outside.
Okay. Generally, I don't like to use sarcasm, but I don't understand how someone would go from, "Hey, there's something in the bushes," to, "Okay, it's time to go to the corner store in the car."
The car is next to the bushes. Listen,
You mean you don't make that connection, Bill? I mean, that happens to me all the time.
If I was like going outside and I was just like, oh, the bushes, oh, my car is leaking. It could happen.
Something's in the bushes. I have to flee my house.
Can you set off the alarm?
I'm really scared. Just maybe it's not a good plan.
It's a good idea, John. Mouse, can you set the alarm off on the car?
Oh, that might be better. I'll do that.
I mean, I was gonna suggest letting the oil on fire, but that might not really help us get into the building we need. So go for the car alarm.
Also, don't we want this car? Or no,
we need the car to be able to run.
This is the car we're stealing to go steal the other car.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I forgot the plan entirely.
But it should probably. That's fair. I mean, this was kind of a half-baked plan in the first place. So.
I'm gonna. So I'll set the car alarm.
Okay.
However one does that.
And I like the idea that the one person who is famous for not setting off alarms, now your job is to set off an alarm. So
You know, you gotta learn how to. I don't know what the metaphor was. Never mind.
I would highly advise that you are not anywhere near the car whatsoever when the alarm goes off.
Is it like a timer? I don't know how that works.
Oh, actually, yeah.
But,
Now
like,
that you're messing with it, you can set things up so that you can. I mean, you can. Okay, actually, my question to you is, where do you want to be when the alarm goes off?
probably not here.
Like far
outside
away,
the
or
gate.
do you want to be? Do you want to watch what happens, or do you just want to get out of there?
I want to get out of there.
Okay.
I don't need to see this bit.
Should we buzz by and pick you up just after you hit the thing? Would that work?
That would be fantastic.
All right. Well, in that case, setting off the alarm is actually no problem, and you have plenty of time to be not in sight of anyone who comes out of the house when it happens.
Cool, let's do that.
And so back to John. Aurora says, "I'll route that call to Bill now."
Awesome.
And Bill, someone needs help in the gated community. It's your pretend job.
That is great. Bill just adjusts his hat and drives up to the gated security booth.
Okay, this does not require an assess roll. This guy is far more heavily armed than you normally see in a gated community. Like normally these guys, like they might actually, usually they'll have a pistol, private security, but this guy has he's not holding it, but there is a clear assault rifle in the corner of the booth. But you've worked things out so that getting in is not an issue. All of the security checks do check out. Aurora has done her job, and and you've set up your identity perfectly, or at least well enough, and you get in. So yeah, do you want to do like an assess roll, but since you're driving around, so just kind of look around the neighborhood?
Sure, that would be great.
Okay. I think the list is still prominently in chat. It's the last thing. Nearly. Yeah, it's still visible. Okay. And what is that? Edge? It is Edge. Unless you have a thing that lets you roll something different. I can't remember.
No.
Okay.
Get a 12.
Wow. Okay. So that's 3 hold. So you can if you want to ask any of these questions now, you can. Otherwise, you have 3 hold for use with anything that pertains to any of those questions while you are in the neighborhood, or even if you're not in the neighborhood, if you could somehow make it work.
Okay. Let's see. I am curious. What is my biggest threat in this current situation?
It's actually the guys in the golf carts. You've driven past a couple of them on your way in, and they were obviously told to expect you. So they give you the service employee nod as you go by. And first off, you can tell that both of the people in the golf cart know what they're doing as far as weapons go. Each of them is, in fact, sporting a real assault rifle. And you, like, the engines on those golf carts are pretty souped up for a golf cart. That thing's... it might be able to go as fast as the truck you're currently driving. It wouldn't beat like your Corolla because you have that super, hyped up. But they could conceivably catch up to this truck.
Huh. So Bill's looking around and he goes, seeing at the heavy armed guards and the souped up golf carts, and goes, "Wow, must be tough keeping the bourgeois in line." He just says that into the comms.
Yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead.
So he'll just make his way over to the house that made the call, and he'll grab his toolkit, and a flashlight, and just knock on the door.
Okay. You're met by the person you're greeted by is wearing a suit, but she's obviously the driver. She just closes the door and comes out. She says, "Yeah, it looks like I don't know, some kids were screwing around."
Okay. Well, my name's Will. He caught himself before he calls himself Bill. Like, my name is Will, and I'm going to. I'm gonna. I'll get you. I'll get this car taken care of for you. But that is sure a lot of leakage from this car. It'd probably be better if I just take this to my garage and give it a real look over. You should probably call Uber or something in order to get to the office.
She nods. Boss is in for the night. We'll just have him send out a new car. This belongs to the company anyway.
Fair enough. Well,
I'll have to call it in with the numbers, but she says, "Yeah, hang on," and she has a little hand scanner and does a scan on a barcode inside the driver's seat, and she says, "That's all I need. Thanks for coming out so fast."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're always available. And he gives a half-hearted thumbs up.
She nods and in some level of commiseration, and are you just heading back to the gate?
Yeah. So he'll put the car on the flatbed of the truck and make his way out.
And in that case, you are on your way out. Let's see. Let's get so Mouse. Was your plan to just exit the entire neighborhood, or did you have anything else you wanted to do?
I'm just out. I didn't have anything else.
Okay. Out is easier than in, honestly. So you're fine. Actually, you will have to spend one hold to this time to get past one of the patrols, but you have the hold to spend.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, but that'll get you out of the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do John. Aurora says, "Would you like me to drive back towards the gate?"
Yes, just in case.
Should I do something about those people following us?
That would probably be a good idea. And I will look in the... So I'm going to do this thing that is commonly done in this genre, where I'm going to, sitting in the back seat of the car, I'm going to look at the rear view mirror and enhance to see who it is that's behind us.
It's an aggressively nondescript black sedan, and they have gone to pains to make it as generic as possible. But it's riding a little heavy. In fact, do an assess. Let's.
I'll do yet another assess.
Oh, actually, you've already got an assess.
I do have an assess.
And as I recall, weren't you the one with the 3 hold?
I had 1 hold.
Oh, it was Bill that has the 3 hold. Okay.
Yes.
So actually, this counts as part of that assess. You're still in that zone.
Okay.
So,
So I think we're going to go with. Do I want more information? No, of course not. How is that car vulnerable to me?
Yeah, I saw the gears of your directive spinning on that one.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute.
All right, so what do you think about
There's
this?
XP in that car.
Fair enough. In that case, okay, on that model, if you get behind it, if you could take out both of the rear tires, it can't catch you, but you'll have to swing around to where you can get to the rear tires.
Aurora, could we maybe get around behind them and get within 2 meters?
Yes.
Excellent.
And this is not a thing that Aurora would do if anyone else were in the car. But she swings around in a manner. Oh, actually, she says, "Buckle up," and then swings around in a manner that would basically dislocate the shoulder of anyone else sitting here. Oh, are you in the front seat or the back seat?
I was in the back seat.
I thought so. Okay.
Yay, cyber friendship.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was more for the visual. Either one's fine. I was just wondering.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, anyone else would have been thrown into the window and lost the use of an arm. But yeah, she just, and the people in the car, you see them attempt to react, but she's too fast.
Roll down the window.
So this feels like a mix it up.
Does it?
It does. It's gonna go out on a limb here. And let's see. So mix it up in this case. Again, this is one of my favorite things about this system is whenever you're doing violence against someone or something, what you do is you state an objective, as opposed to your objective is not damage the thing. That's pretty much a given. But what are you trying to do while damaging the thing? And the goal. So what is your goal here? What is your objective in shooting at this car?
Have you ever seen a car's rear tire get sliced through with a monofilament whip? I haven't.
I haven't either. But maybe we're gonna.
I would really like to. I would really like to see that.
Okay.
So that's. I could shoot at them. It does occur to me. I probably would be safer shooting at them than getting up on them and whipping. Because come to think, okay, no, I actually have to.
You would be.
I should have. I should use one. I should follow the tactical brain that I got this whole tactical thing.
You did. That's right.
For a reason.
Fair enough.
So it should be telling me not to.
That is an excellent
to go
point.
with the gun first.
And since you're doing mix it up, remind me. I need to check too, but remind me if I am leaving out any.
If none of my enemies have synth nerves, take +1 forward to mix it up.
Okay,
So it depends on if they have synth nerves or not.
Neither of the people in this car does, and it would actually it would have to be the driver. So the driver does not have synth nerves.
Awesome.
So you are.
So I'm gonna.
So you get the +1 forward. Is that how that one works?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah. So I get +1 forward to mix it up.
Okay.
And
Wow.
basically,
Okay.
I'm just the objective is take out the rear tires.
Yeah.
And then you turn off, just basically to confound them sufficiently that they will no longer have time to be able to come after me.
Right.
And preferably do it at a point when they are about to get close to a fountain, fruit stand, or two guys carrying a pane of glass. Any of those would be
that's
great
what you need.
if at all possible.
That's 100% what you need.
But it's we work with what we're given.
Right.
So I will go ahead. Shall I go ahead and roll?
Yeah, let's do the mix it up roll.
I shall
and
mix it up. Mix it up. All right. Yes. That is a 10.
That is mix it up with no consequences. So you simply achieve your objective.
Could
So
I
the
have done
objective
that
is
non-violently, I wonder?
honestly in this case not exactly.
Damn
Oh well, let me think about it. No, this was.
I could have said lose them. I could have done that, I think.
Yeah, but still. Yeah, you're right. You could have. Oh,
I'm fishing for
technically
XP.
actually, no, you're right. But no, technically, I just realized you got an 11 because you were using your assess bonus as well.
Oh crap, that's right. I forgot about
As it turns out. So you actually have +2 forward. But anyway, you tell me what it looks like.
The reason I asked this is because I just wanted to figure out if I get the XP for my violent thing.
In this case, there really wasn't a way to do it non-violently. That wasn't. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So unfortunately, that wasn't a thing.
Darn it.
So tell me.
What does this look like? You say?
Yeah, tell me. Describe the scene. You get to describe what happens with both
so
cars.
Just basically, we're cruising along. So we come so it's like, and we've got this turned up, and so basically what we can hear over the car stereo as we're spinning around is "Fly me to the moon."
That's right. You were already listening to Sinatra.
Let me sit upon the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Nice. All right, so that clearly takes out both of the rear tires. So what happens when the rear tires go out on the oh, by the way, these tires were in fact reinforced, but you still managed to completely take them out.
Oh, excellent.
So what happens to the other car?
Oh, there's another car?
No, I mean, what happens to the car you shot?
Oh, that's right. No, I think that just basically, so as we on in other words, hold my hand, it swings around a couple of times,
Yes.
and slams into the side of an automat style, the futuristic automat style place called the Vegetable Patch.
Nice.
And all of the slots above it open, and it rains cabbages and rutabagas and other things upon them. Their car
Excellent.
is now stuck halfway into this automat fronted this sort of building on the corner.
Excellent.
And it is now raining vegetables on them.
As you drive past it, Aurora says, "Back to the gate, then."
Yes, please, thank you.
So, Bill, you are on your way to the gate, and it looked like you might end up getting a challenge from just kind of a spot check from one of the guys on the golf carts, and then something loud happens, like near one of the walls, and they clearly get a call that something more important than harassing the guy in the tow truck. So they all head back that way.
Oh wow, that's very convenient.
And so actually, everyone is out right now. Valkyrie, as you've been monitoring the situation, you're hearing chatter here and there, like just on open channels that you're able to pick up. Nothing you had to do any real work to get into. But you are still in the security system, so you were able to see just like the normal kind of you could see the major alerts happen. So yeah, when John took out that car, you saw you saw it go from yellow to red, and a bunch of people went out that way. And whatever it is that has been, you've gotten that sense of kind of around the edges, whatever that is, because you've also been spending some time just generally kind of trying to. It's like the Pleiades, where you can only see them if you don't look directly at them. But then just for a minute, it gets brighter, and it happens when John. Actually, it happens before John shoots the car. It happens when the car swings around to head behind that other car. They're just, whatever it is, focused on the taxi that John is in for about 15 seconds.
Cool. Can I use that moment of distraction to... Oh, God. To try, since it's not quite paying attention to me in that moment. I do something to trace that, to try to identify it, to do
absolutely
something to figure out who the... I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's Infinity, but especially with the distraction to John there, but some in-game confirmation would be nice about that.
Let's figure. Okay, I was just trying to figure out what the role on that is, and in this case, let's call that compromised security, because that's really what you're trying to do. It's being really sneaky. It's trying to hide from you. So really, that's what you're doing when you're compromising security. Is you're trying to, you're doing the digital equivalent of what Mouse does. You're trying to sneak around it and basically get a look. So yeah, let's do compromised security. Yeah, nothing forward on that though, but just a regular mind roll.
Oh, for the love of God! It was 6.
And in your comms, you hear, "Nice try."
Who the fuck are you?
And John, Aurora says, "We're not alone."
Yeah, problem. Maybe.
We're not alone?
Yeah, I would have told them about, like, the thing.
Yeah.
Just, like, feeling this. Hi, FBI agent who's in my comms. But, yeah, so, the thing that's kind of been, like, circling around me got distracted, John, by whatever the hell you just did, and I couldn't... even in that moment of distraction, I couldn't get it. And there's an actual real person on the other end of it. Right, it was a real person voice, not a computerized sass.
You're not sure. Now that you're thinking about it, because the problem is computer voices are pretty good right now.
Yeah.
So it didn't have telltales of either one, I'll tell you that.
So, okay, scratch that about the person. There's somebody, AI, real eye, whatever, on the other end of this, and I'm not real happy about it.
First, I would recommend we switch channels.
Yep. So, buy FBI agent intercoms and cut it.
Yeah.
And switch to a different channel that I'm going to use a completely different encryption protocol on than before. So something that is like super like experimental, the thing that Valkyrie has been working on at 3:00 in the morning kind of a deal.
Okay.
Just to be like, whatever the hell this is needs to not be happening right now. And do that and, pull everybody back in. Okay. Should be clear now. So, what did you do, John?
Oh, there was a car following me.
Okay. anything. It didn't happen to have like a logo on it or anything easy like that, would it?
Oh no, it was completely black.
Okay, yeah,
Did
figured.
it have plates by any chance, or?
It did not.
No, it didn't have
It
plates.
in fact, it not only did it not have plates, it had an actual just black piece of metal where the plate would have been.
Yeah.
Tinted windows, like super tinted.
Oh yes, aggressively so.
How do they see out of that? Okay.
Bill just chimes in and goes, "Well, actually," and then he starts going into a very
Not the time. Valkyrie like hits the mute button on Bill's com.
Okay, you know what, Bill? You get XP for that. Definitely, I mean it. Mark XP. That's too good.
Just mute.
Just a quick point of order. Am I just hanging out in some bushes when all this is happening? Because they were supposed to pick me up.
Shit. Yeah. Did anybody
I
pick
mean,
Mouse
I thought
up?
that I thought when you said that we were that Mouse was moving out of the area, that we had just like grabbed Mouse and then moved them out somewhere else. But
That could happen. And honestly, Mouse, you could be wherever you want to be by now because
Cool, I didn't know. I was like,
yeah,
what's happening?
being in the taxi with John is more difficult than being in the truck with Bill, just because of the relative locations. But technically, you could do either one.
I'll go hop in the Bill's
Okay.
truck thing.
Okay. Yeah. So just gonna repeat problem. I have no evidence to this other than a very serious gut instinct that the thing that has been circling all of my gear and the people following John probably are not related too deeply to the car we're trying to steal. Two separate problems right now.
I see.
And to think we could have missed all of this by just resolving this mission with one single roll.
Where's the fun in that?
Oh, we need a breather episode.
It was a good lie.
Yeah. It might not be wrong, but it's not this one. So yeah,
Is there a way to figure out where they're coming from?
It's a 15-minute drive from the neighborhood to the manufacturing facility, by the way.
cool. So I've got some time.
Yeah.
I would, while this is happening, I'm just gonna, actually, I've got a hold on that community security system. John
still
wasn't
do.
anywhere. John was not near that, correct?
Not really. Oh, actually, no. He was just outside the walls.
It was super tinted windows.
But if your thought was to try to access the cameras, there were cameras pointing out that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you where that car is now, and they'll probably be coming out of that car because, well, because they if the EMT protocol works as it has been before, they may have to use the. They may have to use one of those devices to pull the metal back, but
the thing. Okay.
yeah, jaws of life, I believe they call them.
So I'm gonna do a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to make sure that an ambulance is on its way.
Okay.
If it's not already, I'm going to do that. I am going to declare a contact because I've not done that for this mission yet.
You certainly have not. Yeah.
I know the driver of that ambulance.
Nice. In that case, the first thing that you discover is an ambulance has decidedly not been called.
Okay, I'm gonna call one.
And now you have one heading there. Yeah. So tell me about the driver. What?
He's Valkyrie's cousin. His name is Chris.
Good old
They
Chris.
grew up
Okay.
together. They're around the same age. They grew up together.
Got it.
Good guy. You know, genuinely thinks that Valkyrie is like a systems admin help desk person. Has
Yeah.
no idea.
Oh man.
Um,
Okay. Got it.
He's gives really good, like his wife makes really good Christmas cookies, kind of a thing. So I would gonna like call Chris, be like, so I need you to. This is like one of those things, you know, when we were kids, when it was like I needed you to do a favor with no questions asked. Like it's one of those things. Just don't ask. I know where you're headed. Make sure that like your dash cam is on and pointed in the general direction of the accident you're going to.
All right.
And if you could do some magic with like the lights, make sure like your lighting is good. I need to, again, no questions asked. I need to know who the people in that car is.
Sure.
And I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that they don't have a driver's license on them.
Got it. Well, that's not my job to check, but I can get you the footage.
Appreciate that.
And okay, so that is happening.
Tell Katie I said hi.
Will do. You coming over for Thanksgiving?
Yep, you got it.
Be good to see you.
Bringing cranberries.
Oh yeah. And okay, so let's see. Let me make sure. As far as vehicles go, we've got two of them. Mouse and Bill are in the truck, towing the stolen car. Now, just to make sure I got this right, Bill, you did actually fix the car, or oh, you're muted.
I was going to tow it to the garage and fix it up there.
That makes a lot more sense. You've got yeah. Okay. In that case, in that case, your next destination is the garage. So no problem on that. And in that case, yeah, the two of you are in the truck and you're heading there. That leaves us with John, and you are what are you doing? You I think you know Bill's plan. What's our cyborg up to?
So it's really a question of so just so that I make sure I understand Bill's plan. Bill is taking the car to the garage, fixing it, and then going to drive it into the community, and then from the community go into the
Well, I think it's. I mean,
manufacturing place, and then steal the car from that.
No. What
Yeah,
I'm going to do is I'm going to fix up the car, and then I'm going to use it to get into the facility because it has an automatic device that allows it to bypass the security legitimately. In which case, then I have easy access into the facility, and then I just have to worry about getting the car out of the facility.
Okay. All right. Good. So I guess the question then is, I can come along for support if that's one option. And
oh yeah, I figured that all of us were going to pile into the car and go in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that's doable.
it's a luxury model, plenty of room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's yeah. So right now, then I mean, I'm just keeping an eye out on the perimeter. I think that's really the best thing to do right now is to just keep perimeter, see what's visible.
Well, in that case, give me an assess roll for the area. This is for the area around Bill, as I understand it. So we'll do that. And let me get over here.
Assess roll. It's time for another assess roll. Nope, I have no idea.
Let's see. I think it gives you 0 hold. All right. Let me double check.
Fine.
Yeah, honestly, everything seems fine. You notice absolutely no problems. In fact, that means I get to make a move. Got it. I know what's happening. Okay, so Okay. So here's the deal. You're following, you're still in the taxi. So you're following Bill to the garage. And The taxi, as far as you can tell, got punched by a rhino or something pretty heavy. It was going forward, and then suddenly it was going sideways.
The taxi is now suddenly going sideways.
Yes.
Ah.
Something has slammed into the driver's side door. And if a driver had been there, that driver would be dead.
I am going to look over there.
It's
in that direction.
It's another cyborg. It looks exactly like the one you cut in half back on that island.
I may be a little late.
You doing okay, John?
I've just encountered a relative. Excuse me. And I think I think that basically if as the car is kind of skidding in some direction or another, I'm going to get out of the car as quickly as I can.
You can use the momentum of the car to propel yourself out. That's not a problem.
That's the plan.
Yeah. All right. So tell me what it looks like when you roll out. What do you do? You know where the thing that shot the car is.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Shot the car. Okay. So I assume that it's ensconced somewhere, or is.
Yeah, but you can see it from here.
Is it just standing there in the middle of the room?
No, it's basically just got a particularly. It's what it has is it's holding an anti-material gun. So.
Okay.
It's the kind of thing that would normally be mounted, but it's holding it.
I have a couple of questions now.
Yes.
What's traffic like right now?
Actually,
are there a number of other cars?
There are not. The street was actually pretty deserted. There's like one or two in the distance, but one of them is driving very fast in the other direction now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you would think. Thinking the way distance is going to work, I probably can't. I'm just sort of sitting here calculating angles of altitude and things like that, because I'm trying to figure out what would be the best way to propel myself at the other cyborg. I think that. Yeah, so I think what will happen is it just basically will open the window. Jim is trying to remember how physics works. So
The whole mood.
If you're in a car, right, and one side hits a wall or something, and you are not seat belted,
right,
would you then go the opposite direction?
Or
would you continue smashing into the wall yourself as well?
Yeah, you would continue smashing into the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case...
Because you were already going that direction, and then suddenly the car stopped moving in that direction. You would continue moving in that direction.
All right. In that case, I'm actually going to... I need to act before the car hits anything. I think, in terms of using the motion of the vehicle, if the car is in the air, then the thing would be to open the inside, the side of the window, the direction we're going, leap out, duck down, and let it flip over me.
That'll do. Yeah. Okay.
And so that, so if that's the case, then just sort of.
And with your particular enhancements, you can do that. You can do that at that speed and still roll and be okay.
Yeah. So
that's not enough to scratch you.
Yeah. So the plan is dive, duck, car flip, roll up, fire.
Okay. And which weapon are you firing with? Because I assume you brought everything.
Oh yes.
So, yeah.
I think that I probably am going to find. I think I shall choose the assault rifle.
Why not?
That feels like a good choice right now.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, and it is linked. I can't remember.
Yes. So
There
this
are
one, you get a
advantages
bunch
here.
of different bonuses because of that. Do
3
you have
harm,
them written down, or do we need to look them up?
3 harm, near far, loud, auto fire, linked.
And you fight as a small gang. So
And
you
I
do
fight
plus,
as a small gang. Yeah.
So you do +1 harm, and you take -1 harm. And because it's linked, you get to add something to it. What is it? Let me look it up real quick.
Cyberware tags. Where
I think
are
you get to add some. I think you get to add. Is it? It's not your meat, is it?
I can't remember.
Let's look that up.
Let me look at my
Because
sheet. It's not on this list.
This is the one time when it is particularly important that we know
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So let's find this out.
It's
All right.
comparing our various thingies.
All right.
Link to link to link to link. No, it's not going to say right here. Okay. Let me go ahead. Let me go here.
Oh, it's because it's the targeting suite. I was looking in the wrong place. All right.
Plus
So
linked.
here we go.
Let's link. The weapon can interface with a neural interface and a targeting suite. See, it's chapter 5. God dang it.
Oh, because I have to go to the actual cyberware chapter. Great.
Targeting suite. Targeting suite.
That's fine. I can look it up here.
Targeting suite. There it is. Neural interface with targeting suite. Fire weapon to link to you may inflict additional harm equal to your synth.
Synth. Wow. Okay,
My-
that
my
makes more
s-
sense than yeah.
Yeah, my
So
synth is 1, so it'd just be 1
okay, so
extra harm if I.
so
if
in
I
this
do
case, I'm
harm.
assuming you're not going to choose to roll synth when you mix it up because your meat's higher.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you may right. So but you still right now this weapon does 5 harm.
Excellent. Let's use
Whoa.
that.
Because just to recap, it does 3 normally, right?
Right.
And then +1 because of the targeting suite,
Mm-hmm.
and then another +1 because you fight as a small gang. Okay.
Yes.
Whoa.
Awesome. And so now double checking here with my thing. Well, we're lining up the various things. So let's see. Wait, I had it written on my freaking. Never mind. Synthetic nerves. I'm going to assume that I'm fighting against someone else. Well, does this cyborg I'm fighting? I just had these installed. They might not. I will ask. Does this cyborg have synth nerves?
This cyborg does not have synth nerves.
I
This
take
cyborg,
+1 forward.
you certainly do. So that works for you. And this cyborg has whatever enhancements this cyborg has are allowing it not to get knocked over when it fires the anti-materiel gun at you. So whatever it is, it's like extra sturdy and extra heavy, which means in this case it also does not have the synth nerves.
Awesome.
So
awesome. So yeah, I'm going to be running strafing basically as I'm
Okay.
as I basically come up and. So let's do
Got it.
that.
all right, so this is obviously a mix-it-up roll. We still need a specific objective on this one,
Right.
and that objective. Tell me what you want the objective to be.
The objective I would like to revoke this cyborg's breathing privileges.
All right, so that is going to be. You can tell right off the bat that that's going to take a while. Not that it is impossible by any means. You know you're capable of it, but you can tell that it is the enhancements that allow it to fire that enormous effing rifle at you are also going to make it very difficult to fully disable. Actually, no, disabling is easier than just removing.
All right.
Also, there's a cat.
Hi. Yeah. So I think it is time to then, if I cannot disable it directly with weaponry, necessarily.
Right, you can, just not quickly.
I feel as though it's time to use the landscape to my advantage as well. So I'm still going to be
Very
firing
good.
at it, causing harm. But I'm
Also-
going to lead it on
Go
a
ahead.
merry chase, possibly. Yes.
Very good. Now, so do you want? You could alter your objective if you want to be something else. I mean, it could simply be, well, for example, the same thing that you did with the car. You know, you just wanted the car to stop. It could be that. It could be for you to have a chance to get away, as it were. Or, like I said, if you fully want to make this thing inoperable, that is an option. It's just going to be, it's a longer project than some of the other stuff, if you see what I mean.
All right. Here's what I would like to do. My objective has shifted slightly as we've been talking, because I'm just thinking about it now. And I'm being driven by my directive, so I kept thinking violence first. But violence first. That's our motto. Good Lord. So I think now, if knowing what I know now, that it's not really going to be possible to revoke this thing's breathing privileges, I think what I want to do is I want it to chase me.
Okay.
Basically my idea is that I want to lead it through. I might do something crazy like climb up a building and dive in through an office window and run it through an office, something. But actually the idea is that I want to do one of two possible things. One possible thing, which would be awesome, would be is if I can lead it somewhere where there is something that I know will shut it down.
Oh, interesting.
Like, say, they turn on this grid every X hours, or every time something like Y runs through.
Actually,
or
you
like
are...
here's a different security gate, not the one we want.
That was okay. So I will tell you, just to give you a raft of options, you are pretty close to a large factory. And all of you have done enough research to know, in general, what kind of facilities and machines are in this factory. So,
well, what the hell?
So I was just going to say, if you wanted to make up some kind of really big thing that could do the job for you.
Yeah, that's a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
The problem is that I would the only problem is I would draw attention to what we're doing. Although I might make a hell of a distraction.
Well,
okay.
Can't deny that. Well, that's the other thing, and I will. You do know, where the thing is that everyone wants to steal.
Yeah.
You could just not be in that zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
This kind of like if you need help, Valkyrie has an objective where if her desire for fame draws unwanted attention to the mission, I can mark experience. And so if John would like any hacking nonsense assistance in drawing unnecessary attention to our little endeavor somewhere else, Valkyrie is happy to oblige.
Yeah, that'd be good, because like I mentioned this in text. I haven't said it yet. I'm actually, when I come out, I'm in disguise, which is actually, this is almost a decent disguise for John. He's dressed entirely in black. He's not actually wearing his business suit that he normally wears everywhere. He's wearing a, just like it's like biker gear, and he's wearing like a black biker type helmet that with the visor down, because he anticipated he might. That might see, and he's wearing gloves and everything, so he anticipated that he might need to jump in somewhere and not be recognized. What I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to try to get it to follow me into the area of the factory. I'm probably going to jump the wall. And, just if I can do that, then just basically put it somewhere so that the factory workers will be distracted.
Yeah.
And everyone will be distracted watching us while Bill is stealing the car.
Absolutely. Okay, so hang tight. Let me get in here. Okay. and this is still mix it up. You're just I like it that you're so the way it looks here is you're actually shooting at him and doing all the stuff you would normally do, but your goal is to get him to follow you, not so much to be full on harmed by it. I like that. Although if some damage happens along the way, that's pretty nice.
I feel like I'll be happy if that.
You are doing like 5 damage, so there's that.
It's nice to be able to do that. So yeah.
Okay, so make the mix it up roll, and you get you definitely get the +1 from the synth nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only +1 you get? I think that might be it.
Unless I let's see. Do I get it from? Wait. I think we're both small gangs, possibly, but we'll see.
Actually, he's not. Believe it or not,
he's not a gang?
No, he's not a gang. So
I have a gang. Why don't you have a gang? Excellent.
He does not fight as a small gang. He fights it as a particularly dangerous person, but not a small gang.
Do I get any pluses from that, or is that just for damage?
That's just damage. So that's a matter of scale. So that means you do extra damage, but you will take less damage from him.
Okay, so I am, and let's see. It is the thing is linked, which that's just damage. I'm sorry. I'm just going down the list, making sure I get everything.
I'm doing the same thing because you've got this is when it becomes kind of like the hacker. We just need to make sure we get everything.
We're finally in a hacker situation.
So the targeting suite.
I feel this pain. Deeply in my soul.
And
so right now it looks like the targeting suite basically just allows you to do extra harm.
And let me just double check. Auto fire is a different thing, right? That's not a...
Right. And in this case, you've really only got one target. So I mean, technically, you could say that you're doing suppressive fire, but that's just visuals and cosmetics. It's not really. In this case, you've only got one thing that you want to harm, so it doesn't give you a bonus.
Okay,
if it was a bunch of guys, you would want it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just going to be a single +1 then, I think.
I think you're right. Okay, so most of your bonuses come in the harm, which is a lot. So.
Yep. Here we go.
I know.
Yeah.
That'll do. Okay, so 9 on mix it up. You still have to choose one.
This is going to be great.
I know. Hang on, let me get in there. Oh, no, you have to choose 2 on a 9.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot about that. Now, the good news is you achieve your objective. So you don't have to make any further rolls. That means that whatever happens here, and you'll describe, I would like you to describe the scene to let me know how this looks. But in this case, you choose 2. I don't.
Yeah. So let me ask right now, where is the mission clock currently?
Mission clock is at actually the mission clock is still at noon because Valkyrie shut down that alert.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna
somehow
make too
it's
much
at
noise.
noon. Yeah.
It's great. No, that's awesome.
And actually you this really fits in with your plan anyway. You wanted to make noise. Okay,
exactly.
so yeah. So for the record though, mission clock is at 15.
Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm gonna make too much noise, and I think, either I take harm or something of value breaks. I think that, the easiest way, the thing I see most easily happening right now is me taking harm. To be perfectly honest.
Well, you take less harm than you would because you are fighting as a small gang. You also, because of your body armor, you take 2 less harm. So you take 2 less for your body armor. You take 1 less because you're a gang and he's not. Mm-hmm. Which means that you only take 1 harm. He would have done 4 to you.
Okay.
But you still have to make the harm roll.
Awesome. So I have the harm.
And
I
let's
will
get
make
into
the
that.
harm roll, which is now influenced by my dermal plating, and also being a gang kind of. Well, no, that was what we had. Okay.
Yeah, the gang already took one of the harm off.
Already took one
So
off.
in this case, you're basically just rolling. You're rolling 2d6. Oh, I think do we have you have actually a harm button on this character sheet, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
Give me just a second. I just want to check my moves real quick because
Yeah.
there's.
Oh, maybe there's
Yes,
something.
I
in,
also
yeah.
that's right. I picked up the hard move, so I also subtract my meat from my roll. So I'm
Wow.
going to subtract
Wait,
4
from the harm roll?
from the harm roll. Yes.
You should be fine. Let's see what happens though.
So I'm subtracting.
So actually, you'll add
meat and
1 because of the harm you took. You only took 1 harm, and then you'll
Yeah.
subtract 3, right?
Well,
So
plus 1 minus 4, so it's minus 3.
oh, so minus 3. Okay.
All right, harm suffered 1. And do I just submit? Yeah.
So it's a 6. You're fine.
Yep.
All right. So for the record, yep. I mark that you took 1 harm on your sheet, but other than
done.
that, it doesn't do anything extra to you.
Excellent.
Okay. So
And you know
knowing
what's
that,
awesome is I just took harm. I'm masochistic, so I get XP.
and you get XP. So okay. So to recap, this is actually going to be a good time to work this out. So to give you the elements that you need to work into this scene, you've been like whatever you do does cause him some harm because it is, and he managed to actually get a shot on you, but you achieved your objective, which means you've got him exactly in the part of the factory you want him to be. So how does that look?
So I think that as part of this whole thing, is just sort of strafing with the gun, and kind of then as he fires back, I'm going to turn and just sort of spin on my heel and run at the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to jump up on top of a kiosk that is near the wall and use that to leap over the wall itself. It's actually like a little a kiosk that's actually right next to the sidewalk, and so I leap up to a small stand on top of a bus stop and then leap across.
Nice.
So that I get that, and then thing where I clear the pavement, go across, tumble on the other side of the wall, and
Okay, so we'll pause here to let you actually, do you want to tell me what he's doing? Because you get to set the whole thing. So what's he up to during this time?
So I think as I've kind of hit him, it's I think that I'd like to do something where it's like he doesn't he hits me, but not nearly as well, and so it's like there's this point where I'm just sort of like, before I jump onto the wall, I just kind of like turn, and I will quickly flip the visor up, just look at him, and then come down, and then I will turn, and that's kind of a it's kind of a thing where it's like.
I like it.
Where
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, I see you.
Yeah,
I know you. That's basically John's version of that, and so
it's the anime pause where we just get the light across your eyes. Yeah.
and so basically, I think I'm hoping that's enough to make him want to follow me.
Oh, like I said, this works. You achieved your goal, so
I think he then will run,
happens.
and he too will jump up onto the onto the kiosk, and from the kiosk over the wall, and we're both running to the we're basically both running to the factory.
Okay, describe the area where you want him to be, because you're literally going to have him right where you want him.
Okay, I think that there's probably let's see. Vehicles, assembly lines. So I think it's like it cuts, and we're sort of you sort of see me like dashing through through an upstairs thing inside a very large building, because we're running on a catwalk, and basically the idea is that there is I think that the parts. There's a part that gets passed through something that either does it's either like a type of decontamination or some kind of just thing where this big magnetic goes down on it. To get it to.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Just sort of like, just basically, it's either magnetize or demagnetize, whatever words we're using. I don't know how these things are made,
but that works for me.
These are future cars. But yeah, it's like they do it. They're recycling a bunch of old chips, right, or something similar.
Okay.
And so they're just going through to clear them out.
Got
and
it.
so they all pass through this
better.
This big U-frame that has that's just that's a magnet, and the idea is that with there are all these things like going and moving around. The idea is I want to kind of basically make it so that he is on the conveyor belt when it passes through.
Perfect.
And hopefully we'll shut him down.
Well, in that case, I will. What happens is, you get him in there, and he crashes into the room just after you do, and he says, "You're pretty fast, Grandpa, but now your back's against a wall." But what he doesn't see is all of the stuff that's behind him now. At which point we will pause and take a break. And when we come back, we're going to go back in time a little bit, and we're going to catch up with the other three of our crime friends.
Excellent. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and during which we will there shall be a bit of an interview. While that is going on, do consider once again, please, giving to the joining Team Phyllis and giving to the Bail Project. We will see you shortly. Hello and welcome to the break. Today I have with me Kiana and Lauren to talk to us about the wonders of salty sweet games. How you doing?
Great.
I like how we did that at the same time.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Drama and fun all in one. Sparkles.
That's actually our tagline.
We've decided.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, that's great. That's perfect. Tell me more about this wondrous channel called Salty Sweet Games.
Yeah.
What can we find there?
So it's a channel that's run by the two of us, co-produced by the two of us, where it's a mix of tabletop RPGs with our friends and video games, sometimes with our friends. Depends on how social we're feeling.
And really anything else we want to do.
Yeah. We've had makeup and chat streams. We should probably do that again because those were fun.
That was fun.
But yeah, so we have regular TTRPG shows every week, which are currently, we have The Witcher, Crimson and Ash, which is super awesome. It's a bunch of disaster queers in the Witcher universe having a time. They're having a time right now.
Grand old time.
Yeah, we're getting into the final arc of it, so it's a great time to catch up on it. And also, if you're in chat, you can potentially win a copy of the core book rules from our Telsorian, because they're super awesome. We also have a Pulp Cthulhu campaign, which is run by Lauren.
Listen, I run Masks of Nyarlathotep in the Pulp Cthulhu system. It is our long-running campaign. We're going to go till it's done, basically, and we are just getting done with the prologue at this time. So we're about to start the campaign proper. It's every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, and I love it. I love my players. It's super fun and scary and oddly touching sometimes between the PCs, and I've just been having an absolute blast running it. If you need some pulp action, that's where you need to be. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Oh, we also have a new thing. We have a new thing, near-ish, coming out soon. We're going to have a D&D campaign 5e, but it's an adaptation of Expedition into the Barrier Peaks. And that is going to be with the three of us, plus our pal Nomadic. And we are super excited. It's going to be like sci-fi meets fantasy in D&D, run by my love and very talented road warrior princess, Allison Robinson. And I'm super excited for that. That is coming up soon. That's going to be on Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, I am crazy excited for that. I've known about Barrier Peaks for time immemorial, but I've never actually I never actually played any of it or really looked into much of it. So it's I know kind of the gist, but I cannot wait to get at that because it's one of the things on the bucket list basically. So that is an absolute delight, and I cannot wait.
Yay! Perfect.
In terms of video games, though, I think at the time of this, we'll probably still be working our way through Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, we are.
Probably.
Yeah. So we're working through Resident Evil 3, but we often do streams of Monster Prom with friends. That's really fun. We also do Dead by Daylight when our computers feel like dealing with it, because it's a hefty game. It's hefty.
Isn't Dead by Daylight the one that's got like all of the different licensed monsters in it?
Yeah.
You can fight against.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do a lot of games where we yell at each other.
Yeah.
Or at
Our video game content is all about yelling and dirty jokes. So.
Yeah. The only one that we haven't really done that was with Elsinore, which is currently on hiatus until we get back to it. But that had time fuckery, and it's a lot of brain power.
Yeah.
It's so much thinking.
Oh, man. And possibly yelling at the characters more than anything else.
Yeah.
with that one.
Yeah, we yell at Hamlet a lot.
He deserves it.
He does.
Yeah, that's true.
Really
Just the
does.
worst.
Morbid creature that he is. Awesome. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. Other than that, we sometimes do one-shots. We should be doing some playtests of some Evil Hat games soon,
Cool.
which will be really exciting. Also, I'm going to be running Bluebeard's Bride, of course, because that's what I do.
Yes.
And I'm running that new supplement, that new scenario really, really soon, which is the modern day one in a hotel or motel when you
Nice.
you hook up with Bluebeard after online dating with him for a bit. So it's all about that and being in a hotel. So I'm really, really excited to do that.
These are the things that modern horror need to be about. Definitely. Definitely. My God. I also just I have seen the your Witcher campaign and some of your Pulp Cthulhu campaign. They're an absolute delight. I note in the when I first heard about the Witcher campaign, actually Katie told me about it, and it was the fact that she does the theme song for that, which is really neat. Just sort of hearing that. Was that a thing that she just sort of came forth and volunteered to do? Did you just sort of decide to just?
She once we started talking about the characters we wanted to do, Katie said she was going to play a bard, like a proper storyteller, singing, instrument playing bard, and she started sending us lyrics. Like she was writing songs about them.
Yeah, in universe, in character, all that stuff.
Yeah, and she sent us the lyrics. We're like, oh, that's so cool, thinking like it's not going to do anything more with it. And then she sent us a recording of herself singing it. And we're like, oh my gosh. She's like, wait for it. And then she worked with a friend of hers on Twitter to do some musical backing and then sent a recording of that and her singing. We were like,
yeah, I think a lot of what's so beautiful about being able to make our own space and do our own content and get people who want to do that content with us is that we all really buy in. And I think we're also all friends with people who are like, once we're in and we're going in real deep. So I think, it was kind of this beautiful little moment. We were just like, oh, heck, we have a whole opening song to this campaign, like wild.
And in Masks of Nyarlathotep, when I first pitched it, the first person I pitched it to was Allie, because we live together. I don't know if you know that. But she was immediately like, oh, okay, I have an idea. And she has like a custom weapon. And she did a ton of research and put together this thing breaking down like what the weapon is, what her character inspirations were. So she did a bunch of custom stuff. It's like all our friends are so, like Kiana said, just like, we're in. Okay.
Oh man, that is thoroughly awesome, and I cannot wait for these things to unfold. So if folks want to find this stuff online, where should they go?
Well,
They should go to twitch.tv
and
Twitter or Twitch. It doesn't
Both of
matter
them.
because it's all the same thing. It's
Same
Salty
handle.
Sweet Games. Salty Sweet Games. Go there.
Go there.
Go there.
Right now. Well, maybe not right now. You're watching something else right now. But
Yeah,
then when this is done, go there. After.
Go there.
Yes.
Pull
But
up
speaking
another
of
tab
whatever
and
this
just
is.
go follow.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah,
Go
we
for
should
it.
probably. You should get back to that, Jim.
I should probably get back to whatever it is I'm doing right now. I shall
don't
hop
know
from
what it
this
is,
break
but-
over to the thing that we are doing right now. Probably running around and panicking. That happens a lot on my channel. But until then, we'll see you later. We have returned, and now we are to do things.
Hello. Okay, so John has shot
Become Russian.
Yes,
Yeah,
John
for some
has
reason.
become Russian and has shot his opponent into following him into the dangerous part of the factory. So now we need to catch up with the rest of our comrades. And let's see. We're going to start actually with Bill and Mouse. It was a struggle not to say moose and squirrel, by the way. So we will start with Bill and Mouse. And tell me what you're doing once you get to the garage.
So Bill's just going to put the car up on a platform and then just work at repairing whatever it is that Mouse had severed in order to.
They did a number on it. I'll tell you that. But
whoops! I was just breaking stuff. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, no, I see that, and but anyway, Bill ends up making a couple of little welding moves here and there, attaching or reattaching things and using tape in order to get it, compression fittings and whatnot, and then he will refill all of the lost fluids and get the car running again.
Okay. Valkyrie.
Sorry, there are like random children riding bikes through the lawn behind my building.
Okay.
I was just, like
That's
very
interesting.
confused.
Right.
No, like not like literally not even on the pavement, like through the grass. There's
Yeah.
pavement right.
It's through the yard.
There's the kids on bikes game happening behind you. Just
Yeah,
in
there's
the
the kids
background
on
at the
bikes
same
game
time.
literally happening outside.
Oh my gosh.
Darn LARPers.
We're multitasking.
Yeah. Anyway,
So-
yes. Hi, I am paying attention now.
So you get a okay, you get what on your system would be the equivalent of a phone call. It's someone is requesting a conversation, basically.
Do I recognize the number?
You do wait, actually, yeah. Well, no, let me think about that. You do not recognize the number.
Is there anything about this that does not seem overly suspicious? Because this is very suspicious. Is there
It
anything
is-
that would give me a reason to answer this?
Oh wait,
in any
it is
way?
awfully suspicious. But here's what happens: at first, it says unknown number, and then one by one, the letters change to "This is Aurora."
Oh, cool. Okay. I will answer the phone.
And
Hello.
hello, the car that Bill's working on. I've taken the liberty of looking around it, and it's fascinating, by the way. Very well constructed. Nice job.
Just for like personal clarity, this is the car that Mouse messed up that got taken out of the.
Yes, this is the one
Okay.
Aurora's talking about.
Okay, got it.
And Aurora says, but it's about to send an alert to their central security, and I can detect that it's happening, but I can't do
Nope.
anything about it.
Nope. Hard pass on that. Yeah. I would very much like to shut that nonsense down.
And on your map, there's a little glowing red circle that indicates the location. You already know where Bill is. It's there. It's Aurora's way of pointing at it for you.
Thanks, babe. Okay. So
This
yeah,
will be
I wanna
login. Actually,
that
let me
down.
think about that. Will it be login? Actually, this is going to jump straight to compromise security.
yeah. Okay.
But you still do console cowboy.
Okay. So I do a console cowboy first.
But because the security system in the car is connected to the larger security system, and by the way, this is the security system. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I just realized something. Hang on. This is actually the security system for the neighborhood.
I still have one hold in that.
You still have one hold. Oh my God, never mind. Forget it. You don't have to roll anything.
I was going to use that just to mess around with them because nobody needs that level of security, but this seems more important.
I just realized you're already in, and this is part of that. You can basically, the car can send it all it likes, and you can just, yeah. Okay, so never mind. Forget it. No rolls.
No,
You're good.
no, it's,
Okay.
it's cool. Taken care of. We're good.
Yep,
Aurora.
that'll use the
Thank
hold,
you.
and you're fine. Then let's see. Actually, Mouse, while Bill's working with it, you see like a little red light on the dashboard. It blinks 5 times, and then it stops blinking.
That's weird.
Come over, comms. Like, don't panic. Aurora and I canceled an alert. Yeah, it was gonna like I don't know. She can probably tell you what it was actually gonna do, but it seems like a really bad idea to let it send out. So.
Yeah, no, it's good. I don't really want to move my garage again.
No. See if we can avoid that.
Yeah, I mean, some of us can't afford to move into well-secured, well-appointed places.
Okay, how many vehicles do you have? Like, I mean, maybe if you didn't keep crashing your helicopters, you would be able to move.
I have one helicopter.
That is 2 more helicopter than most people.
How can people have -1 helicopter?
So are you at the building yet?
So I've left in the middle of that. Mouse
Oh, did you just take off? Or
Mouse is like got out of the car.
Yeah, Mouse is out. Like, as soon as that started, Mouse was like, I'm gonna go do the thing that we came here. Right? So I went, I'm just gonna. And I left.
Okay, so just to make sure I got this, right now Bill is in the car. They can get through the gate. Do you want to ride in with him, or do you want to get in on your own?
I think I'll ride it with him because it's easier.
Okay.
Like, I'm already there. It'd be dumb to, like, hop out to get in.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be out of character, but, you know, but that makes sense.
I will
Okay.
hang out for once. I was like, I'll just make it easy.
Gotcha. So yeah, so no need to make any rolls on that. And
like 2 minutes later, sorry, you hear Valkyrie
Yeah.
come back in and goes, okay, I figured it out. So most people, self-excluded, pay taxes to corporations and places that allow them to purchase helicopters with their money, but they don't have access to the helicopter. And that's how people can have a -1 helicopter and just signs out.
Okay, but she couldn't bother to listen to the technical aspects of tinting windows. I see.
Nope.
So, this is awkward.
okay. So the timing on this is that Bill and Mouse, you get in. You are on the grounds of this enormous manufacturing campus before John and the other cyborg start crashing around on the far end of it.
Yeah. So Bill is actually going to look for the executive's named parking spot.
Okay.
He's just going to park the car there.
And easy to find. It is right there. Okay. So now you're. So yeah. Let's stick with Mouse and Bill. What are you doing?
So I guess the thing that we need to do is we need to find a way to locate that system.
You know
And
which
then-
building it's in. You know the building that they. Actually, there are 2 different places. There is the building where they store these units, and then there is the building where they install the units into cars. obviously those are two different buildings. So there's basically the warehouse and then the actual manufacturing line.
Okay. So I think the best place to do it would be to take it from the manufacturing line.
Got it. Oh, wait a minute. We can't hear you, Mouse. Or at least I can't. Wait. Oh, no, that was
me.
Yeah, darn.
We have joined the silence now.
All right, we will get back to Mouse momentarily. And that actually gives me the... we're going to hold for just a little bit more on John, just because of the timing thing. John, you were in the future. So actually, that brings
this
us...
better.
Oh, there we are. So actually, it's...
that was weird.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, nailed it. Okay, so let's get back to... so what are you... Well, actually, are the two of you... What are the two of you doing? And those could be two separate things, obviously. But what is your plan?
Well, he was fixing the car. I think Mouse wasn't just going to hang around and listen to banter. I think Mouse would have headed towards the factory line to try to scout out where this car was.
That's a good idea. So if you want to do, if you want to call that an assess roll, that seems like a pretty good idea. And more to the point, while you're sneaking off on your own, this is going to be a covert entry roll. So make a new covert entry roll because you are covertly entering a new place. And so let's do that first, and then we could do the assists.
It's an 8.
8. That's 1 hold. And do you still have the list of things, or do you need me to put them in chat?
I can.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah, I can find it.
All right, and you have a new gear for a thing that you can steal and use. So remember that you have that because you successfully got in.
Yes. Cool. I got that.
All right, and now we're going to call this assess. So let's do that.
Cool.
Got it. And that's an edge roll.
Did that go through? I don't feel like it
Yeah.
went through. No, it
You
didn't.
got an 8. I saw it.
Okay, cool. It didn't.
All right.
I didn't make the noise. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know why. I haven't figured that out myself.
Cool. I was like, did it
All right, so I will once again throw these questions in chat just so you know what your scope is. And let me get it in there. All right, so you get 1 hold on this one that you could use for any of those. And again, you could use them right now or you could use them later.
Cool.
Bill, do you also want to do an assess? Because your assess is going to look a lot different from Mouse's.
Sure.
All right. And you still have access to this luxury car if you need it for obvious reasons. But wow, that's 3 hold. Okay, so same set of questions.
Okay, so my favorite is what is the greatest threat right now?
Okay, so in this case, you're focusing. Actually, both of you are focusing on the manufacturing line. The greatest threat in this case. The greatest threat is outside. The greatest threat is the guards outside the manufacturing building. It doesn't have a great deal of guard presence inside. Everything inside is just it's mostly robots, but there are people because of the nature of this unit. There are people inside that have to calibrate it before it goes in, but those are not armed people. those are technicians.
Okay,
those are people with engineering degrees, but not a lot of combat experience.
Excellent. Let's see. What potential complication do I need to be wary of?
Let's see. That is going to be okay. because of the nature of the assembly line, it does an excellent job of monitoring the what's on it and what's happening, which means if something is supposed to be on the line and doesn't show up, it does send alarms up. So the complication is disrupting the flow of items on the line could cause an alarm to happen.
Okay. And I guess my other question is, what's my best way out of this place?
Oddly enough, it's the roof.
Darn, I knew I should have brought my helicopter.
No one's paying attention to the roof, and more to the point, it's not a particularly tall building. I mean, it's tall enough to have like the actual, chains and stuff that you need. But the there's a lot of open space up there, and a whole bunch of skylights to let both light and air in.
Okay. So depending on how big this thing is, can somehow muscle it onto the roof.
It is, let's see what to compare it to. It's like, it's kind of like two Xbox Ones stuck together.
Okay. Is there a helipad on the roof?
There is actually.
Is there a helicopter on the roof?
Turns out they also have a helicopter.
Oh. Well,
Not for long.
now I know. Okay. Mike. Good news, guys. I think I figured out how we're going to get away from this place. I just need to get to that helicopter. This is when someone would chime in. That is a great idea. Facilitate this.
Some of us don't need to leave because our jobs don't need to be done on site.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned something about a helicopter. Is this like, are you acquiring 2 helicopter now?
I am borrowing a second helicopter in which I will abandon it as soon as this mission is over because I don't want to be caught with a stolen helicopter. A second stolen helicopter,
There we
he
go.
adds.
I don't know when I am, so I can't participate in this discussion. We
I
have
was
until
just be like, all right,
you have until Fly Me to the Moon, basically, to get this done. That's all I'm saying.
Your comms are open at the whole time. So let me think. When are you at this point? Actually, at this point, you are just about to enter the factory area.
Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, if it's that, then I'm just like, well, I'm about to cause a distraction for you.
Okay.
But
So what-
if I have time afterward, I'll see if I can help clear a path.
Okay. So what I guess I need to do is I think Bill's going to look around for something the same size and shape. Maybe an empty version of that thing. And he's going to swap it onto the assembly line and make off with a
Okay, got it.
completed unit.
In that case, here's the reason you get +1 hold, because they have some but here's the reason that you're going to get the +1 forward on anything you do from this point, because you've got you found the place that they keep the rejects.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll take a rejected unit and basically go to an early point in the line where he can swap it in for a good unit.
Got it. So the trick is going to be getting actually inside and past the guards. So yes.
with that.
Speaking of getting past things and guards, yes.
I have a hold for that, so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna try to honestly, I think I'll just chat with. No, I don't want to chat with them. If they're So there are guards.
Yeah, there are actual guards. It's not, this particular spot is not heavily guarded, but it's well guarded, by which I mean they're doing a good job with their lines of sight. They're clearly actually professionals. They aren't leaving any major gaps in their patrol patterns.
Ooh, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna go through my bag that I like and just see if I have a security guard outfit that matches. Because like I was like, it's really late at night. They're not just gonna expect like some random person just to talk to them.
Do you want to use your gear for one that exactly matches?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will use it for that. So yeah, I will put on a security guard and I will go up to them and just say, hey, I know it's a bit early, but we're just switching up some shifts because I think there's some commotion going on down the hall.
Okay, make that a fast talk roll, but you're going to get +1 forward on it because of your earlier successes.
Like I think something bad might be happening somewhere.
It could be. Well, it's about to. That
was a great time to walk back into the game.
Yeah. Well, actually, the something bad is John, but
so that's fast talk, right?
Yeah, fast talk and a +1 forward. Got it. Okay, so that is a 9, and let me make sure I remember exactly what that does. Here we go. Okay. That just means that he buys your story and heads on over. So no big deal on that. So yeah, that totally works. Now you are the guard.
I am the guard. I was like, okay, you're good to go. Let's do this.
Nice.
We gotta go fast though.
Okay, Bill, you're in. And just as you enter the building, John, you are facing off with other cyborg in the most dangerous room in the county. While you're doing that, actually, I'm just gonna guess that your next roll might be another mix it up.
I feel like that might be the case.
Yeah. So. Contemplate what your objective is while I talk to Valkyrie. And let's see. So, Valkyrie, meanwhile, you've been monitoring the situation.
I was sassing Bill about a helicopter, and then
you were definitely doing that. What else is Valkyrie
CPU's
doing?
parents called, and she had to walk off screen. Valkyrie was going to because Billy just said that the way out was through the roof and needed to get to the helicopter. Valkyrie was going to assist with that.
Okay.
In terms of opening,
just
making some doors and other things a little easier for her buddy Bill to get through.
Okay, that is this is one of the best places for you to try that because this is a seriously automated facility. So. So this is gonna we're starting over though because this is gonna be a login roll.
Yep.
So in this case, though, it's going to be login, console cowboy, and then manipulate systems. You won't have to do compromise security right for this particular bit.
Okay.
And then do keep in mind whatever bonuses you get because I can't remember anymore.
Yeah, so. I just had to write them down because
thank you so much. Okay.
I was forgetting them too. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I know.
So log in. Thank you for not failing me terribly. That's a 7.
That's a 7. So that's 1. Yep, you're in. Well, you would have been in the first place anyway, but now you're in and without too many problems. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead and do Console Cowboy, obviously. Let me get in here.
Oh, for the love of God. How?
Okay.
How? 2 rolls in the same session were both Snake Eyes. How?
That's not cool. Okay. Here we go. Here's login. All right. So. Okay. You still have to choose one of the bad things for login, though.
I'll take the trace.
Okay. So, but this is a whole new system. So right now it's just one trace. All right. So if you don't mind, could you help me keep track?
Mhm.
Actually, by help me, I mean actually just do the work and keep
I
track.
gotcha. Yeah.
Keep track of that. Okay, so you're at +1 trace. It has to exceed your stealth. So right now you're
Yeah.
fine.
So it needs to get to 3 before it
Yeah,
can
yeah,
find
exactly.
me.
So far you're
Okay.
okay. So you're in. Let's see.
Got a 4 on my console cowboy roll.
Yeah,
'Cause
let me look up
roll 20
exactly
is
what that
fired.
does. It hates you right now. I don't know why it's
Yeah.
screwing with you
It's
like
making up for all of the like double-digit rolls that I've been doing the whole.
Yeah, I think you're right.
campaign.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Paying off that debt.
it's reverting to the mean. All right, so let me look this up real quick. Okay, so
I don't
That
know.
was just
Maybe
console-
Valkyrie's just getting soft, living a life of luxury up there.
okay.
Valkyrie pipes in ABBA just specifically into Bill's comms, so all he hears is just Dancing Queen on repeat for a while.
Okay, so getting the 4 on the console cowboy roll means you don't get any extra hold, which is
Yeah.
not the worst situation, but it also does mean that I get to make a move. So let me ponder this for a second. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna bump up one of the corporate clocks, and I'll tell you
Okay.
why later. So let me make my note before I forget I did that though, and so that's gonna be. Hang on, who is this? Monolith?
Yeah, we're working on Monolith.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna bump up Monolith's clock.
Okay.
So all right. Which means they're gonna find out about this later.
Cool. That's
It's
fine.
not directly related to the console cowboy, but that means the next role is manipulate systems.
9.
That is
And
excellent.
I automatically get an additional +1 hold from that because of programming on the fly.
Outstanding.
So I think that means I have 2 hold.
You do, in fact, have 2 hold. And so in this system, okay, we need to define which system you're in. So your plan was to basically make it easier for Bill to get to the roof, right?
Bill and any else of my friends who might want the roof as their getaway.
Okay.
Copter.
Interestingly enough, that system that's going to be the HVAC system because the skylights are also vents, and they open and close on a. Actually, normally they're just controlled by a thermostat and by because of the systems that are in this particular facility, the humidity has to be very tightly controlled. But now you are the system. You've only got the 1 hold, but you
I
are the
am
system.
the system. I have 2 hold.
So even better. You're right. Thank you again for reminding me that I forgot this thing you said 15 seconds ago. So, so you've got the you've got 2 hold to basically now. Because you're in the HVAC system, you can open and close the vents, which is probably the most attractive thing. But it literally means you've got the entire environmental control system that is that you can mess with as well if that becomes important. You were not restricted only to this system if you want to try to get into some others. But right now you've got 2 hold on environmental.
And what are they making here?
This is the place where they install the control system. So it's basically just a particularly advanced computer with some low-level AI capability, and it's this is the sort of thing that it's basically a clean room. In that the environment is controlled very specifically to make sure that everything, all the conditions are exactly right for the computer to do its job.
Okay, cool.
Which means that the people that are in here, for the most part, the people except for Bill, are wearing suits. They're wearing like the
all white.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Although Bill could have one of those at some point if he wanted. Right now he doesn't.
Valkyrie can put him to a locker. Okay. And Bill knows that the HVAC system, like in the vents, is how to get out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure I didn't miss that. Okay. So yeah, I can do like the thing where I turn off the giant fan so he can.
Oh my god, I love that idea. You totally can. Yeah, you can.
Is the thing on my periphery? What's that doing right now?
Right now, it's still there, but it's not doing anything particularly active. It seems to just be hovering and watching and waiting.
Has it figured out how to get through to our new encrypted comms?
Not
Can I
yet.
tell that? Okay.
It's yeah, you can. I mean, you've got diagnostics. As far as you know, unless it's really good at hiding, you are the only people on your channel.
Cool. Sorry, and can you just reset like where John and Mouse are? Because I missed a whole.
Let's
piece of this. So where
let's
are
get
they?
back. Well, okay. John is is on the other side of the campus.
Okay.
And actually, this would be a good time. Let's check in with Mouse. But then after we check in with Mouse, we need to see exactly what's happening in John's world. So Mouse, where are you? What are you up to?
Well, I was being a security guard.
Yep.
So
and
I
you
guess
can continue to do that. So you're outside, just guarding it up.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
being a guard. I'm honestly, Mouse is kind of bored. This is like, man, we usually get to do like cool stuff. Look at that paint. I don't know.
Now, I will say though, you didn't just because you spent gear on this, you didn't just get the disguise. You've got full on security guard stuff. So you've got whatever makes sense for a security guard to have.
Ooh, I have no idea.
Feel free to make it up
Security things.
or I'll throw in suggestions. Whatever it makes sense for you to have, you've got. So if you could fit it into a security guard would have this, then you've got it. And you don't have to decide now. So
like a little GPS kind of thing where it kind of shows what's going on and almost like a mini security cam, but it's not as exciting as
right.
It doesn't have as many places. It's all the important places. So maybe I'm just kind of watching that. So it's it's not everywhere, but it's it flips through a couple. These are the areas you need to watch just in case.
Well, there is something hellacious going on in the degaussing facility. Speaking of the degaussing facility, hey John.
Hey, how's it going?
That's a good question. So what is your plan now that you're here with your counterpart?
I'm going to degauss him. No, basically. Yeah, the idea is just very simply that I'm going to keep him distracted. I'm going to actually hold. I just need to hold him off.
You do, yeah.
Because I know he's going to be attacking, and until he comes under the thing that's going to wipe him, basically, on the various conveyor belts. And so I'm jumping around from thing to thing and picking up car pieces and using them as shields and shooting, swinging on chains, lashing out with the whip. Sometimes going underneath the conveyor belt and shooting up through it. That kind of deal.
That is really cool. And while you're doing that, go ahead.
And I like the idea that because Valkyrie is piping Dancing Queen into Bill's earpiece, that this if someone were watching this as a movie, this would be the soundtrack for this fight.
It 100% is. This is I think
we blew all the music rights budget on this one moment.
I think we finally realized that Edgar Wright is directing this episode.
I think we did.
Yeah. So to that end, while you're doing this, he still has his anti-materiel rifle, and he is just taking huge holes out of the corrugated steel that makes up the building. None of which are hitting you yet. However, now we come to the actual mix-it-up roll where we figure out how well your plan works. Because clearly you've already stated your objective. It's get the other cyborg under the degaussing thing.
Yeah.
All right. So you still get your +1 forward.
Yeah.
And the damage. I know how much damage he can potentially do to you, and how much you can potentially do to him. So we've got that ready to roll.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be a straight +1. I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, plus my meat. So.
Good point.
Yeah. Shall I
Go ahead and do the roll, and let's see how this pans out.
Here we go.
Fingers crossed.
I'm going to press the one now. This could
I
go
know, right?
incredibly well or incredibly poorly. Let's see.
It really, yeah. It's kind of binary.
I am now rolling. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, okay. So let me look up exactly how that works, because this is the first time we've had a 6 on a mix it up roll. All right, so let's look that up.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, you had to have rolled a 1 for that to happen.
1 and a 2.
Yeah. All right, so let me look that up real quick.
Good Lord.
Now, on the plus side, this still means you're keeping him distracted. It just means it's not good for you.
Yeah.
Welcome to my evening.
Oh my gosh, I know. This is an amazing contrast to the first mission where you guys rolled almost entirely nothing but 10s and 13s. All right, so
It just kind of figures that we're getting
okay. This is easy to
thrashed on the mission where we're just trying to steal a car.
I know it's a little hilarious. Although this is also the mission where everybody that was trying to kill you basically caught up.
Yeah.
So basically, what that means is you do not achieve your objective and harm happens to you for sure. Some harm may happen to him too. Yeah, he's still going to take harm. It just means that you didn't get him where you wanted him to go.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you can't try this again. It just means it's taking longer than you expected. And really what that means is he's a more formidable opponent than you thought. So not only does he have a weapon that can shoot through schools, he also has a particularly impressive suite of hand-to-hand capabilities. So that means, like, when you were trying to literally push him in there, he was fighting back a lot better than you expected.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, again, though, he actually does 0 harm to you because of what he has to bear, because he can't shoot you with his big weapon right now.
Excellent.
And you've managed to nullify the rest of the harm. However, that means you still make the harm roll, because you just make like a harm roll and you add 0 to it.
Okay, so harm rolls at 0 minus 4.
Minus 4. It could, if you roll a really high roll, it could still mess you up.
Yeah, so harm is 0, and then I can't actually. I wonder if I can put a minus 4 in here. I'm going to experiment now.
Let's see what happens.
I'm going to try doing the math in this input value.
Let's try
see if anything happens.
I don't know how these character sheets work, to be honest with you. It does work, and you got a 5. Okay, so, which is excellent, because it would have been a 9. So, good for you. All right, so let's work out exactly how this scene plays out. Okay, here's what it is. Do you remember the fight at the end of Roadhouse?
I actually have not gotten around to seeing Roadhouse yet. It's on my
list. First off,
yet.
I'd recommend it. Secondly, if you're into action movies or Patrick Swayze, go for it. But I don't know. I think the one in They Live might actually be the longest fight ever, but the one at Roadhouse was a very long fight. That's what you're in the middle of right now. It's just a really long fight between people that are very closely matched. And cinematically, though, it's one of those where you're going back and forth. Like, you get the upper hand, and then he does it.
Yeah.
And then all of that happens. So right now, this just basically means it's a stalemate as far as that goes. However, I still have to make the harm roll for him, which is one of the few times that, or actually, I don't even need to make the harm roll for him. I just need to calculate harm. So let me do that real quick. Okay, you've during the course of this, you've managed to definitely injure him, and he has wisely dropped his incredibly large rifle because you're at close quarters, and it's not going to do him any good. But he has switched to blades that have come out of the backs of his arms. and is attempting to stab you with those. So that's what
Awesome.
he's doing right now. So while you're in the middle of that, we'll come back to you. Meanwhile, let's see. We already know. Oh, actually, we need to hit Bill first. So Bill, you've got your reject computer core. Now what? And you're in the building. You're totally inside.
Yeah. So Bill is just standing there in front of the conveyor belt, and he's getting ready as if he were Indiana Jones, trying to slip in that bag of sand and swap out that golden idol. And so he's going to make the switch as quickly as possible.
I gotcha. That's going to be a roll. Let's figure out what roll that is. The default is act under pressure, but I'm not sure if I really want to do it that way. Let me check. Let's see. Here we go. How's your cool, Bill?
Cool is 1.
Okay, that's not too bad. You know what? Tell you what, let's call that an act under pressure roll. So just make a cool roll, but you get +1 forward because this pertains to one of your questions.
That's right. Bill rolls a 6.
Okay, so you did not manage to hang on, though. Let me look at exactly what that does. Okay, you actually get it on there, but someone notices you. So the good news is you didn't trigger the system alert, but like one of the guys in the suits spots you.
Oh. Well, shoot.
And he's walking over to like a wall intercom. He doesn't have any units on his own because he's in the big suit. So he's walking over there to call security.
Do I see? I was saying, like, do what I see this like? Is this like happening near us, or do I see it like on what I notice like on my the security?
Oh, I was gonna say, you know what? I was gonna say that the problem with that is that you're outside and Bill is inside. However, you do have the little GPS thing, and you can tell that an alert. Actually, you can't tell that an alert went up, but you can tell that unusual movement is happening inside the building. Like one of the workers is walking towards towards a wall panel, and that's not supposed to happen.
In that case, I'm going to tell Bill to get out of there, and then I will take care of what needs to be taken care of.
Okay.
Just go.
Bill is just going to go to the HVAC exit point.
Got it. Now, okay, except the thing is, you know what? You still have the unit. So, because that part was successful. You managed the switch just fine. The problem was you got spotted. So you've got the actual active unit in your hands.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, just making sure everyone understood that. All right, so Valkyrie,
Yep.
you are actually most of what you're noticing is because you could do passive security scans without having to be in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something very bad is happening in the degaussing facility where your friend John is. A lot of people are running over there to find out what's going on.
I'm just gonna tap in with John, like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? Anything I can do to help?" Valkyrie hears the sounds of somebody somebody getting smashed.
Yes.
Basically, it's blade slashing overhead.
It pulls the phone away, like, okay.
I'm gonna kind of glance over my shoulder, and if I may. So I feel like there's also like a part where there's something there's like a device that comes down, like almost sort of like a big giant needle type thing to try to like either finish the packaging on or to deal that, and I say yes, and I just briefly will say reverse belt 3. I'm going to see if I can jump over to belt 3 and get him underneath that thing, the punching thing.
So as usual, it'll be login, console cowboy, manipulate systems.
Oh, jeez. Come on, law of large numbers. You can't suck all night.
Let's
Okay,
see
9.
what happens. That is
9
outstanding.
to log
Okay.
in.
So that was your
Okay.
login. Okay, so let me make sure your login gives you 1 hold. Actually, it gives you 1 hold at your base. I know that you may end up with some others, but
Actually, no, I don't automatically get a hold just for logging in. Like, I think it's like because I rolled a 9, I get.
right, you get
Something.
+1 because you rolled a 9, and then if anything
Okay, yeah.
else gives you any bonuses, you might have some extra.
I don't. Not
All
for
right.
just logging in.
All right, so
I
no
gotta do
sweat.
something.
Yeah, you got your 1 though. You're good.
Okay, so then.
Oh,
am I
I'm sorry.
doing...
I totally did that wrong. This is the one where you have to choose one, 7 to 9. So, hang on. Let me give you the list. I was on manipulate systems, and this is different.
You know, I'm gonna take another trace.
Okay, so you're up to 2, and
Uh-huh.
it is on the verge of finding you.
Yep.
Crap.
Okay, got it. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
2 trace, 2 stealth. Yikes.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now,
Just 'cause
console
I-
cowboy.
I want to see what happens.
It
I
could
mean-
be. It could be interesting. We'll see.
Because Valkyrie also has a directive of like making theirself known.
That's a very good point. Okay, you're exactly right.
All right. So console cowboy. Oh, for the love
Come
of
on.
every god in the
again,
universe.
the good news is that it only doesn't give you the extra stuff. However, I still make a move.
Jeez.
So let me see on this one. This is gonna be.
This is unreal.
This is gonna be ice. We're advancing the mission clock on this one.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the mission clock was 1500.
How is it still at 1500 when all of this is happening in the...
I'm amazed myself, honestly. So now it's only it's up to 1800.
Oh
So
my gosh. Okay.
it's kind of amazing, actually.
Beautiful.
I don't know. Yeah, this just shows how good you guys are. It's still only 1800.
Well, it's because none of the stuff that's causing it to go up is the mission.
It's actually you're exactly right. Now I need to pause for just a moment to let Mouse know that Mouse apparently there is the alert has gone from level 6 to level 7, whatever that means.
Good to know. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go find the guy, leave my post as the bad security guard I am.
Oh, you're such a terrible security guard.
Someone will take care of it. I'm gonna leave my post and you just go up to the run over to the guy and I'm gonna say, what did you why did you press the button?
Make a fast talk roll. I can't wait to see what happens. This is good. By the way, +1 forward because again, this applies to one of your questions.
Does my mouse stop working? That's exciting. Sorry, I think my mouse died.
Oh no.
It's chill. Everything's fine.
Did Mouse's mouse die? Sorry.
I
No,
thought
you're
it was
not.
fun.
So fast
No,
talk.
I'm really not.
Yeah, do fast talk and a +1 forward because this applies to one of your assess rolls. Oh my gosh.
13.
Okay, so by the way, the action clock
You're
goes
welcome.
back to 1500.
Yep. I'm so glad that went as how I wanted it to. So be like that was the mechanic. He had to fix that one. It was not good. You need to
Wait,
pull it
what?
off the line.
What?
Yeah.
No,
It
I
was
didn't-
like yeah, so you might want to knock it down so we don't get in trouble. I just want to let you know.
Oh man, thanks. Oh gosh,
Yeah, I had to leave my
had
post.
no idea.
I should go. Yeah, I'm gonna go back before I get in trouble, but I just want to let you know so we didn't have a high alert or something.
Oh man, I owe you one. Thank you so much.
No problem. I got you, dude. I'm gonna head back.
And yeah, sure enough, on your little display, it goes from it goes back down a level. All right, so yeah, the all right, so hang on. So Valkyrie, we're on
Yeah.
manipulate systems, right?
Manipulate systems.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. I don't know, y'all.
Let's see what happens.
Oh,
All right.
thank you.
Okay, so now this
Finally.
system is going to be the full-on manufacturing system. So hang on, let me look into this.
Shit.
This is going to be, what do we call this? It's the
like the assembly line.
it's the degaussing line. Yeah, that's really what it is. So first off, you could spend one hold to do what John asked you to do.
So how many holds do I get for rolling a 12?
You have 3.
Okay,
Unless you have a thing that
I
gives
do.
you a bonus. So 4?
I do have 4, yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay.
Production
I'm gonna-
control system is what we call that. So by the
Okay.
way, let me just give you some example routines while you're in there. And because each system does have some security attached to it, technically, if you get any security problems, you can work with that as well.
Cool.
You're not restricted to that list that I put in chat, but these are good examples.
Okay. I definitely want to redirect belt 3 for
Okay,
John.
so that's one of your 4 hold, no problem.
Yep. I have a question. What's the difference between start or stop a production line and activate or deactivate part of a production line?
Okay, start or stop will be the entire production line, whereas
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Okay. I don't know what else though. Is this the entire factory production?
This is the entire. Oh, this is the Degauss room. So this is basically the thing that turns deactivated equipment into scrap. Basically, it turns it into a thing that they can use. That they can then recycle.
Okay.
And anything that you can reasonably consider to be part of that line, you can make work. But right now, you've reversed belt 3. So, speaking of reversing belt 3, John, what does that do for you?
This is where I now try to get try to get Junior here onto belt 3, so that and just kind of lie him flat down so that the big punchy needly thing comes down through him.
Gotcha. Okay, do another mix it up. I'm going to give you yet another plus forward because you're technically getting help from Valkyrie.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
I guess plus 2 forward total.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Awesome. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens this time. Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
Okay, that you
It's
achieve
getting better.
You achieve your goal, but you have to choose. Is it 2? Let's double check. Okay, is it 1 or 2?
I think it's 2.
I think it is. All right, yeah, it is 2. All right, so I'll put those in chat again just so you can know what you're choosing from. But the good news is, let me make sure I understand this right. Your goal is literally get the other cyborg on the conveyor belt. Is that?
Yeah, basically, get him onto the thing that will hurt him.
Okay. All right. So you have to choose 2 of those. I'm going to come back to you so you can actually, because you get to narrate this. You get to narrate the entire last part of the fight. But the
awesome.
good news is that it ends with him getting degaussed and deactivated. So,
Excellent.
So choose whichever 2 of those, work them into your narrative, and I'll come back to you.
All right.
Meanwhile, Bill. What? Look, it's a ladder.
Bill is just going to climb that ladder. Hey, the thing is that he's not in any particular hurry.
Yeah, not really. And here's the amazing thing. Mouse came in and basically told the guy that could see you, it's okay, whatever this guy does. Which somehow, I'm not sure how he's rationalizing this, but somehow also includes taking one of these units and climbing the ladder. So
He trusted me. I seemed reliable.
it was amazing. So
Valkyrie changes the music to Mamma Mia.
nice. So getting to the roof is no problem. We just need to figure out what your role for stealing this helicopter is, and I have an idea, but let me look it up and make sure it applies. I think I know what it's going to be, but let me just look. Let me get in here. All right. That's it. Okay. I skin. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. The good news is that this helicopter is it's a linked helicopter. It has a neural interface, which means right that you actually this thing has a power of 2. And oddly enough, that means that it's easier for you to steal. So you're going to roll act under pressure, but you're going to roll cool plus 2 forward. Because basically your attempt to steal it is effectively like jacking into this helicopter.
Sure.
Are we
Get a
having
9.
are we having Bill plant the camera, or are we having Mouse plant the camera?
Oh, either one.
He's probably
And
easier for Mouse to
that
plant
can
it.
have happened. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Mouse is in. Actually, Mouse, you're in the right position for it. So we'll assume you have the camera.
Cool.
Yeah.
What am I planning?
Aurora
I
wants
missed
us to
this
plant a
bit.
camera in there somewhere in a
Oh.
particular area, and you're kind of in that
In
area.
fact, tell
Oh,
you
right.
what. You probably did it while you were fast talking the tech, because that was the room you needed to put the camera in. And thank you for reminding me that was the thing. So yeah, the camera is already in, and you've stuck it in that range that Aurora wanted. So that part of the mission is complete. And Bill, you rolled a 9.
Hey guys, we
Right?
did something.
All right, let me get over here. Let's act under pressure. So let me get your let me find out exactly what that does. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so because you rolled a 9, I need to offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice for this particular thing. What can we... I'm open to suggestions. What do you have to... what bad thing happens because you stole this helicopter? We need to figure this out.
They would probably notice.
Oh, they'll definitely notice.
Like, I feel like something's missing here. Don't know what it is. Can't put my finger
And
on
that's
it.
an excellent point. It doesn't have to be an immediate bad thing. It can be a thing down the road. So,
The CEO suddenly feels a helicopter-shaped void in their soul.
yeah.
You're down to 0 helicopter.
I mean, Bill was just going to fly this back to Raven. Sport.
Oh, that's excellent.
So I mean, the thing is that there
I got
really
it.
isn't any way to sort of mask the tracking or the
100%.
flight pattern.
You didn't have time
So-
for that. So,
Yeah.
so if this works for you, I think I got it. With that suggestion, yes, this gets traced back to Raven, but specifically to you. So,
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
yeah. So not only do they think Raven did it, they think that specific guy from Raven did it. Now the good news is you get XP because Raven gets blamed for it. So there's that. But there's also potential problems down the road. I like it. Okay. In that case, okay, so let's make sure we have everything in the right place. Oh, we need to get back to John real quick. John, tell me how the end of that fight goes.
Okay. So I think that I just looked at this. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. So yeah, so we're tumbling around on these different things, and we're kind of all sort of dancing at this point. Basically, the way this is going, we're kind of going hand to hand at this point.
Yeah.
I managed to. I have to sacrifice another machete. As I've got that out to try to parry him.
Okay.
And so I basically, at one point, just to make him, I feint, and he goes a little too high. But in so doing, I kind of have to just sort of, as sort of coming down to catch him off balance, I come down sweeping with the machete across his leg.
Okay.
Which then sticks in there.
Right.
As it hits metal, and so he starts falling onto me. I catch him and I jump onto belt 3 just as it's moving.
Nice.
Turn, and as this is happening, he's like slashing at me, and I throw him down.
Okay.
And just as the belt 3 reverses and it heads and I just have his head and shoulders about to come down under the giant punching needle. Just as before it comes down, I just look down into him and I say, "Get off my lawn, Sonny." And the needle punches down through his head.
Nice. I dig it. Okay. All right. So mechanically, just to make sure I got this right, you did.
I did something of
value breaks, and what other thing did you also take harm? Okay,
yeah.
So again, total harm taken is 1. So make the harm roll and then do the +1.
All right.
Because of all the stuff you've got that keeps you from taking most of the harm.
Yeah. All right. So it's a net of -3.
I'm glad to know it does the negatives on that too. That's handy.
Yeah, that is helpful. Here we go. Yeah.
Again, you got a 5, so you're fine.
Yay.
Okay, so you took harm. Mark it on your sheet that you took 1 more harm.
Yep.
But it didn't do anything extra. All right, so you don't look great. You've got slashes and a few things. A few things obviously like broken and disconnected, but nothing that's keeping you from moving or doing what you need to do. All right, so let's make sure we know where everyone is at the end of this, because this is the wrap up. So let's go to Bill first. Bill, you are in the helicopter and you're airborne. What are you doing?
So Bill is bopping to Mamma Mia as he's piloting this helicopter. He knows that he's not going to get away with this, and someone is going to really bust his chops over this at some point. But he's going to land the helicopter on one of the helipads at Raven Sports headquarters.
I love that idea. Got it. Okay, so let's go next to Mouse. Mouse, the security guard. What are you doing?
So I've definitely changed, like on the go. I don't have the security guard outfit on anymore. Okay. I'm just back to Mouse, but I'm clutching the thing that we stole, and I'm trying not to puke in the back.
Actually, Bill has the thing you stole. He actually got out with it. So
well, I figured because he was like flying the helicopter that he couldn't like hold the thing at the same time. That's what
now, if you want to do it that way, if you want him to have passed it to you, that's fine too.
I think Mouse is in the helicopter. Is that the plan?
Yeah, because I'm in the helicopter.
Oh, forget I said that.
Okay.
In that case, you've literally I missed that you were in the helicopter. Forget I said that.
I didn't know where else I would go.
No. That makes sense. I just missed that part. So you're clearly holding the thing, and I love it that you land with Bill at Raven Sports, at one of the Raven Sports facilities. Hi. But Mouse being Mouse, you also probably just immediately disappear. So
peace. But yeah, currently, like, Mouse is not a good high-flying vehicle person. It's just like, oh, I can't wait till we land. This is too much. Sensory overload.
So this brings us to John. What do you do after the needle pierces your opponent?
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the thing we were supposed to steal a car, or am I?
No, it was the computer unit. It was the control unit. Yeah.
Also thought that. I just rolled with it.
Okay. Super valid question.
Because I thought there was going to be something weird where Aurora was going to take it for a joyride at some point, but perhaps
she was helping with the other car thing, but her help took a slightly different flavor, so it turned out fine.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm just trying to compute
Excellent
in my
question.
head. It's like I keep going into a helicopter, and no one seems to be worried. Everything must be okay, but I'm not sure how. Okay.
Yeah, the actual thing is, it's unwieldy, but not impossible for a human to carry. So
here's how I've decided then that I want to escape from here, in a fabulous, extravagant way, because I think if Valkyrie is willing to use some of her hold on this.
I mean, I've got 3, and I don't know what else to do with it.
I'm imagining this thing I imagine like guards are coming. I can hear them
totally.
Like,
this
running.
Is the place every guard is going. Yeah.
So I'm going to jump up a ladder and onto one of the. It's the future. I'm going to leap over to on top of one of the. On top of one of the sorting drones.
Okay.
That is large enough to have me on it, right?
Sure.
So it's like a big platform.
Yeah.
With but it flies, right?
Right.
And so I'm going to just sort of break it, just punch down into it, and I say, Valkyrie, would you help me jailbreak this drone real quick?
Yep, on it.
That'll take one hold.
Yep, I'll spend a hold to jailbreak the drone.
Done. Okay.
I get into its guts where the internal controls are, and I'm just going to fly it out of the factory.
Got it.
Can I?
Interesting.
Okay. Can because this is ridiculous and beautiful. Yes. Can I spend another hold to tap into something's audio systems and pipe through Ride of the Valkyries?
Yes. Actually, you know what? That's not even going to be an extra hold. You can just do that.
I mean, I've got 2. I mean, I could spend some.
Now, here's the thing. You're not in a database, but I will point out that you not only have control over the drones, you do have control over the... now, this is the degaussing thing. So you could...
I still have 2 hold on the HVAC system, too.
You also have the HVAC system in that other building, yeah. So, I mean, you may not come up with anything to do with it. If you do, let me know. But right now, you've got 2 hold in 2 different places.
Would that count as fulfilling my illustrious directive of when your desire for fame draws unwanted attention to the mission, mark experience?
Yeah, you know what? You could choose. You could spend 1 hold in either of those places to leave a sort of calling card.
Yeah, I'll do that in the degaussing.
Okay.
Because what the heck else am I going to do with that?
Yeah, HVAC's a little harder to come up with, but yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
It's like John rides out to Ride the Valkyries really loud.
You smash out through this big plate window.
Yeah.
Even better. That's what you want.
Plate window, yeah.
Or it's the
drone.
Big factory window, and we're just
beautiful
flying out over.
Well, this was definitely your loudest mission so far, and that's saying something because you assaulted an island with a helicopter.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah,
you did.
Can I also spend one of my hold on the HVAC system? I want to change the humidity level by like 2%.
Yeah, just enough.
Just enough to not enough to be actually noticeable by anybody who's walking through, but enough to screw with the equipment.
It'll screw up the rest of that day's production. You can do that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. No problem. And that'll get linked back to you as well, because eventually they'll tie the whole thing together. So that'll so give yourself XP for the illustrious. And by the way, John, I realized you should get an XP for the violent situation, or for the violent solution, because given the because you base that on an assess roll, and several of those options were actually non-violent, so you do get an XP for that. I was wrong. You get that. Okay.
Awesome. I also feel as though something happened in the factory, because there was I realize I neglected to state it specifically in the fiction, but I think there was something where we almost hit the Degausser and something hit like maybe a part of John or something, because he suddenly showed a bit of personality.
He really did.
In that moment, and I think it was just sort of something about fighting this guy, or something about being near the Degauss, or something has sort of scrambled something, and it's like
the magnetic fields.
Yeah, a piece of personality just came back.
This is either good or bad.
Yes. I feel like it's both.
I like it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't. These are not mutually exclusive, as it turns out.
So that's a thing that we'll need to deal with soon.
Okay, so eventually you do deliver this unit to your friend. Specifically, it was John's friend, but this was really this was Mouse's mission.
Yep.
So let's.
I will bring it to him.
Yeah, let's check that out. So that there it is. All right, let me check this real quick. Jonas, that was his name. All right, so now we're going to do the get paid move on this, but we're going to have to do it somewhat differently because you're not getting paid in cred as such. Because you didn't stake any cred, so you can't get any cred. But we're going to still make the move because there are things on it that could still benefit you, and I want to see how it works. Mm-hmm. So, and you still technically have a meetup with Jonas. You still have to deliver the thing. So let's get in there. Hang on. Let me look that up real quick. Oh, interesting. You did have a legwork phase, which means you actually get. Hang on, the legwork clock didn't advance much at all.
Mm-mm.
Oh wow, that's bizarre. You're gonna get like a +4 bonus on it. Yeah. So anyone can roll, just like we did on the other ones. There is not a legwork button on the character sheet, so anyone who wants to roll, basically choose a thing you have 0 at, and then add 4 to it.
Not it.
Maybe not tonight. Yeah.
I can, because I'm dropping the thing off.
That makes perfect sense. And do you want to bring anyone else with you to the meeting?
Does anyone want to come say hi to Jonas and give him this weird box thing?
I'll say hi to him. That sounds so.
He is your friend.
Yeah, he's my friend. I'll just say hi to him.
Okay, so right now it's just Mouse and John.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Okay, so.
Yeah,
make the roll, pick a thing you have 0 at, and add 4.
Oh, add 4?
Yeah, add 4. So it's an 8.
Oh, 8. So cool.
All right.
I had to have 0, and I was like, I did it.
All right. So the good news is, and actually this kind of fits with the nature of the job. You only get to choose one, which sort of makes sense. So I kind of like that.
That's fine.
I'm kind of glad it worked out. So I'm going to throw this in chat. Everyone can look over the list and decide which one of those you want it to be. Now, right now, you can go ahead and mark off you were paid in full, because that's not going to happen. I'll tell you that right off the bat. You don't even bother choosing that. Everything else, you need to pick one of those other ones, though. Now, the good news is, you are paid in full. You can, not choosing that is status quo, so you're okay on that one. The employer is identifiable also should be removed. You don't have to worry about that. Like we said though, never mind. It is entirely possible that if you choose the employer as identifiable, that means it's up to me to come up with someone. Somehow it was someone other than Jonas who came up with the idea. So it could actually be that could be a thing if you want it to be.
I think either the meeting doesn't attract attention of outside parties, or the last one. Either is fine by me.
Or you learn something with and get experience.
Mm-hmm. I'm leaning toward it doesn't attract the attention of outside parties just because I don't.
Yeah, that was pretty loud of us.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I just wanted to make sure.
So maybe
giving us options.
This meeting doesn't attract attention.
Right. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
That's just the point. Yeah, because they don't know who we were doing this for or why.
No, they don't.
They
You're
don't
exactly
realize,
right.
and they probably will never realize that because it's not for profit. They'll probably never realize that.
Actually, you're
this
exactly
poor
right.
guy.
The blowback will only come back on you, not on your friend. Actually,
Yeah, and
that's honorable of you. I like that.
That's my preference, but
Okay,
we'll see how
so
that goes.
that's how that'll play out if you choose that one. Now, I will say again, if you don't choose, it's not a setup or an ambush. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. It's not. This meeting will not be a
Yeah.
setup or an ambush. Jonas is not going to screw you over. Yeah, I got you. It just means that that you'll get ambushed later, just like you did this time, because the attacks that happened this time were from that earlier setup and ambush thing that you didn't choose. So.
Oh. I had no idea.
Yeah, it just means people are following you and are going to catch up later.
Oh man.
And one of the things I like about this is all of these are basically just little narrative things for me to throw in, and it gives me a thing to base some stuff on when I'm planning for future sessions. So I like that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I could go with it's not a setup or an ambush. I mean, I don't want to sacrifice him necessarily, but at the same time, I fully understand if we don't want more, if we don't want a cyborg conga line showing up. So
Cyborg conga line. I mean, I don't know if I'd be into that. I don't feel like that would be a fun party.
The sheer chaotic energy of this episode could power a small city.
You're not wrong. Yeah, the attack on the island actually went pretty much by the book, honestly. Yeah. This was the one that went off the rails. So
it was like there are lots of explosions, but like we wanted that to happen. That was the goal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that book had explosions in it. Right? This book was not supposed to have so many explosions. Right.
So I'm good with I'm okay with the meeting doesn't attract attention of outside parties, though we kind of shield Jonas okay. from this.
I agree. He doesn't need any trouble. He's trying his best.
He's trying his best.
He seems like a good guy. He just wanted you to steal a thing. Other than that, he seems like a good guy. So.
I mean, he's also a potential. You know, we can still keep coming to him for equipment and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You certainly can. He's shown himself to be a very good. He's the one that did your new nerves.
Yeah, that too. So I mean, we can. So he's a good resource, a good off the books resource for us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cool.
I do like having him in there. All right, so are we decided? Meaning does not attract attention.
Mm-hmm.
What do? Anino, what do you think?
Bill doesn't care.
Bill's already in a lot of hot water.
Yeah, that's fair.
Valkyrie realizes like an hour later that they have not turned off the ABBA in Bill's comm.
God! Oh no!
And just like quietly silences Mamma Mia, which has been on repeat for a really long time.
Oh no!
Sorry.
No.
It just went again and again and again.
Here we go again. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Many times.
It's like that John Mulaney bit where he does "What's New Pussycat" 100 times on the jukebox. Yeah. All right. So Jonas is very grateful for this, and says that this is going to lead to some interesting upgrades to his equipment, and the implication is that he might be able to push some of it your way once he reverse engineers this thing.
Excellent.
Rock out.
Yeah, I think that. Did we ever analyze the data thingy that we pulled from? Did we do that last session? I can't remember. We analyzed the the headpiece thing that we pulled from
I don't-
I
Infinity.
don't know
think-
that you did, actually.
No.
Which means
And-
between now and next session, I need to get you that information because you will have had time to do that. So yeah, okay. So hang on, remind me. Actually, we'll talk off stream on that one. But yeah, we'll remind me of the details on that one later, and I'll make sure I get you the information.
Yeah.
All right.
So now that mission is over, can Valkyrie try and poke the thing that's been?
Yes, absolutely. And this is still going to be basically just Valkyrie's hacking skill versus this thing's ability to evade it. So once again,
Well, I picked a good night to do this.
Yeah, I know.
This rolls a bed.
if you want to wait till next session, you can.
Nope.
But
Nope.
perfect. I love that response. Okay, hang on. Let me look in this real quick. This is going to be compromised security again, though.
Okay. Yeah, because they're just gonna hack into again sort of a completely innocuous system and try to.
Yeah, and it's like no pluses or minuses, just a regular compromised security roll.
Oh, thank God, 12.
That was nice. Okay, so in that case, you are in. So normally this would give you 3 hold, but really what it means is, actually no, you still have 3 hold.
It would give me 5 because I get +2 hold from compromised security because of stuff.
Which is outstanding. Okay, which is actually going to be kind of necessary because of the nature of this thing. Okay, so first off, as soon as you're in there, you realize that you are not dealing with. You're clearly dealing with an AI.
Okay.
It's resources and it's honestly it's just too fast for a human. Even for a human like you. You're fast when you're in the Matrix, but this thing is easily easily 5 times faster, maybe 10. So we're not necessarily going to go through a hold by hold thing, but I will tell you that the 5 hold. It's interesting. It's actually going to be similar to what Mouse does when they break into a place. You're going to use the hold to sort of evade things or take stuff out because it's not trying to set up off any alarms.
Right.
It's really just trying to either keep you from finding it or kick you out. Those are its 2 options right now. Now, if you piss it off, which might happen later,
sorry.
those are good. It'll throw ice and stuff at you. But right now, with those 5 hold, you've basically let's say you have to use 2 hold not to get detected by it, which I'm assuming is your goal. You don't want it to know, right?
I don't want it to know.
Okay.
I mean, obviously it knows me, but I don't want it to know that I'm looking back.
Yeah, you don't want it to know that you got in. Okay. So the 2 hold is going to be basically just you dodging and weaving and keeping it from noticing you.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into details now, but we're going to use the next 3 hold to actually. Wait, what is your goal here? Are you just trying to find out what's going on?
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
For this. Number 1, who is this? Who's watching?
Got it.
And number 2, why?
Okay.
Why are they watching?
Let me get in there. Okay.
And if I can only have one of those answered, I would prefer the who.
Honestly, you've got 3 hold left. You technically kind of have 3 questions, as it were. So who is this? Why is it watching?
Yeah, who is this? Why are they watching me? And
you don't have to use the third one for a question if you don't have one. We can come up with something creative with it. We could call it intel, and you can bring it in later.
I have an idea for that third hold.
Okay.
Having spent some time observing this, can I use that hold and sort of all my hacker knowledge to build some flavor of targeted firewall to make it harder for that to break through? Like it would functionally need to spend a hold to get through that to get back to us.
Yeah, it has to make a specific kind of move. Okay, this is going to be the equivalent of the encrypted tag, which means if you encrypt something, I have to make a specific kind of move to get through it. This is going to be the same deal with this thing trying to get to you. So
Apparently, my neural interface is encrypted for whatever that's worth.
it is, yeah. Which is why you haven't been either hacked or actually that's not true.
Yeah.
Technically, you did get it did get breached once, but I had to make a move to do that, and that was this mission. When
the guy came in.
That was the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it did happen once, but
okay.
They had to do extra work to get to you, just like you have to do extra work to get. It's a compromised security thing, basically.
Right. So basically, I want to spend that last hold to like put like double encryption, essentially. Yeah. So like it's got like there's another. It's specific. I mean, it's encrypted, so it's going to make everything hard. But like specifically, it's designed to keep this thing out.
Got it. Okay, so I have your questions and I have your firewall set up. Between now and next session, I will give you that information, probably on Discord. Assuming I remember, when we start the next session, I'll probably like announce it to everyone for viewers and the other players and stuff too. Or actually, if we want to do it this way, I could just message it to you and you could announce it however we want to do it.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's do that option. Yeah.
Okay, so because it's fairly detailed, and I also have to. I know the basics, but I need to add some details because of what you're doing that I don't have yet. So I'll make sure I get them to you.
Okay.
Cool. Let's see. You delivered the thing. You're doing your other thing. Anybody else have any aftermath stuff to do?
I'm just whatever remaining hold I have. I'm just gonna dump it.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of intel left over from some of the research stuff I did last session. Is that something that I have to use specifically, like in a situation, or can I just say, "Hey, I have 2 intel related to John and Valeria. Just tell me 2 more things"?
Yeah.
I don't know how this works. Okay.
Yeah, because you can learn more stuff. You just didn't use it specifically in this. So hang on. I'm making a note, and I'll get that information to you too.
Yeah. So I have 2 intel related to John and Valeria, and another 2 related to Mouse and Takar.
Did you say 2 more for Mouse and Takar?
Yeah, 2 for each of those. Yep.
Okay.
And then 2 for when Bill ran license plates, but I don't think that's really going to be helpful for anything. So.
Let me think about that. Oh, crap. The other information I forgot to give you, though, was your ambulance friend.
Yeah.
You've got very clear images of the 2 people that were in that car.
Sweet.
So right now, they don't mean anything to you. You can show them to John. They won't mean anything to John immediately. But you've got images that you could use to do some research on.
Sweet.
I love that you said immediately.
I have to be specific about that with John. Also, Chris actually has a little bit of information about his attempt to respond to that accident that I'll tell you about in just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. But I have to make my note before I forget what I'm doing. Okay. So, the story that Chris gives you is he showed up just like just like you called him to do, as it turns out. And private security had already showed up. This private security was... he recognized them as private security. Oh, hang on. He didn't recognize them as Tortoise security, but you do, from the way he described them. And so... but this would have been like some sort of... It wasn't Tortoise acting as Tortoise. It was Tortoise under some sort of contract.
Okay.
That showed up to basically cordon off the area, and they waved him off, and they had they showed him whatever authority that told him to leave, and he's logged all of the information that he has on his system, and then he basically told you also what happened.
Okay. So Tortoise Goons, under some other umbrella, were the ones who cleared that scene. They weren't necessarily the ones driving the car.
They were definitely not the ones driving the car. They showed up as an external force and cleared the scene. You're exactly right.
Interesting.
Okay.
And I will get back to you on the images of the two guys that were driving the car.
Would,
ASAP.
would that count as me discovering more info about Tortoise Security?
In this case, it definitely does. Yeah.
Sweet. So I get another XP for that.
You get an XP on that. Oh, I forgot to give you XP. Everyone gets 5 XP for the mission as a base, plus anything that you may have picked up along the line.
I am 1 away.
Oh man,
That's
just
like
one.
the worst.
Just the one.
So
That used to happen to me all the time when I was doing storyteller system. I would always be like 1 away from the next thing I wanted.
There was one time playing Mass Effect 2, I was literally 2 XP away from leveling up, and I got locked into a plot mission.
Oh no.
I was like, are you serious? It was like one of the ones that's like timed, like, after 5 missions you get stuck in this. And I was like, are you kidding me that it's 2 XP away? What the hell is this BS?
And then you have to go through the whole thing. Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, man.
Man, it would be really nice to have this extra point in Inferno ammo, but no. Yeah.
But that's everything I have for this one. I have my list of things I need to get to you before next session. Anybody else have anything you want to do before we wrap this one up?
Yes.
Okay.
But if anyone else has anything first, you feel free to go first.
I have like a very small thing, so you're good.
I have actually, as it turns out, 2.5 things.
Okay.
One is, how does, just out of curiosity, how does recovery from harm work again in the system? I haven't been able to find it in the book
Actually,
yet.
unless there is a reason for it, you begin the next mission back to full health.
Okay, awesome. Just curious.
So you're the only one that took any harm, which means you can go ahead and just clear your harm now that this is over.
Okay, cool. My next thing, the other 1.5 things, it's kind of an RP-ish related thing. This is possibly going to be a little indulgent of me, given the structure of how this works. So
Sure.
Feel free to say we just gloss over it. We don't have to necessarily do this. I was wondering if you might allow me to describe a dream sequence.
I think
that
so.
John has.
I like that.
Because I think if we're good with this, I think that something about his fighting that cyborg has caused a memory to shake loose. And just very briefly, it's just, I think what we see is someone who looks a lot like John. It's a person who is not a cyborg. He is wearing military fatigues. He is in the middle of kind of a sort of like up on top of like a car in a junkyard with someone. There's music playing in the background. And we can't really see this person's face, but he is dancing with them on the roof of the car and sort of hanging out, and they sit on the roof of the car and they embrace, and every now and then these drones fly by, and every time they do, they just sort of lean forward and yell, "Get off our lawn!" and just kind of chuckle. And
Nice.
I think we see John wake up. And I think that for those who interact with John from that point on, it seems as though every now and then now he will start. John's started making sort of his jokes a little bit. He's kind of started making these kind of darkly humorous jokes occasionally. It's not constant, but it's like either he's developing a sense of humor, or it's usually on the dark end of humor, or usually on the sarcastic end.
Sure.
But it's there's something different about him, a little bit.
Interesting.
At this point.
Nice.
And that was pretty much just what I had. Just that.
I like it. Mouse?
Oh, I just had a quick thing. I just wanted to see if I had any like responses from chat just about like having a meeting.
Oh yeah. So Chaz, and we'll need to do this next session for sure. So this is the meeting that Chaz was setting up with the guy that's looking for you. Okay, no problem.
It's a beautiful irony meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got a place and time.
Solid. That was it.
Okay. And yeah, I think that needs to happen early next session for sure.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Got it. Okay. I'll make sure we have that ready to roll. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else? All right. In that case, that is everything for tonight. We will begin with a new mission next Thursday. And thanks everyone who was watching. And if you're picking this up on VODs or YouTube, thanks for checking us out here.
Absolutely. Also, just want to remind folks one more time to please donate to the Bail Project. Once again, if you would like to do it through our campaign, we are Team Phyllis. Go ahead and click on the link that you see there in chat, or that you see on the panel down below for the Bail Project, and it will take you there. We are still just $100 away. So very much looking, hoping that we hit that number. Because this is for this is for giving legal aid to protesters, which is incredibly important right now. Actually, it's important all the time, but right now, I don't believe I need to tell anyone why it's important right now. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and go around and do our outros. Just once again, feel free to tell folks where they can find you and any final thoughts about this session, favorite moments, what have you. And we shall start once more with our MC, Brian.
Your MC, Brian, forgot to unmute. Again, this was... I like it that each of the missions has been different from each other, which is really cool, because that's not always a thing that happens. In this case, the reason that actually I didn't even choose this specifically, but I like how it worked out. That the way that the clocks build up and the different threats that are coming after you, not everything, but a significant portion of them all sort of closed in at once. And it worked out nicely that the actual mission that you had was something particularly simple, to be honest. So that helped. It allowed a lot of other crap to come in and just screw it up. So my favorite part was pretty much everything. I thought it was. I really liked. I liked the way everyone interacted. I liked the different ways that everyone jumped in on it. From a system point of view, I thought it was really cool how everything built up sort of in the manner that it's supposed to, as it were. And that it gave me the prompts I needed to help come up with the things that were happening.
Awesome. Excellent. No, this was a lot of fun. Just seeing everything bounce off of everything else. This session was out there. It was so far off the rails. It was hysterical. I was here for it. But now let us head over to Beans.
I'm Beans. You can find me at Wizards and Beans on Twitter, and I think this is the session that broke me the most. There was just a moment I did it to myself where I was like, I just can't. But then the other thing I just enjoy is just the banter between Valkyrie and Bill is just so good. And it's so funny because like Bill especially is just such an easygoing person, but this is the one thing that totally grinds his gears, and it's so good. He's like, no, I will not have this. And it's just so good.
It's very cool. I love it. Awesome. All right, let's head over to Sara.
Hi everyone, I am Sara. I am actually Sara of Swords on Twitter. That updated.
I forgot.
Totally cool. So yeah, this was. You can also, before we get into that, like you can also find me Saturdays 8 p.m. Eastern over on Welcome to the Party, GMing the Waverly Summer '98 Bubblegum Shoe campaign of teen detectives, the supernatural and nostalgia and chaos. So what I loved tonight, like the banter between Bill and Valkyrie of like, what is -1 helicopter? Was beautiful. I'm also like, as a GM person, I love it when stuff fails because you can enter so many more complexities into it. So the fact that I rolled the literal lowest I could possibly roll twice in a single game was frustrating as a player, but like GM brain was delighted. Like to see how Brian pulled all that in was great.
It was very cool. That really
But it wasn't just like, you failed at this. It was like, here's why, you know, like all that this is harder than you think it is. Like the security system is beefed up. Like that was really cool.
Yeah, the system is set up so that low rolls are not always failures. Sometimes they are successes just with a heavy cost, which I like that balance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have now put in the right overlay. I know it's the end of the episode, sadly, but now we now have all of our correct Twitter handles above us now, and just sometimes you forget to swap in a thing. That sadly happened today. But yeah, definitely, it's seeing all that has been really, really excellent. And finally, Anino.
Hey everyone, my name's Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun. Just I like it when I find people that I'm comfortable enough to banter in character with, especially when it gets a little contentious. I should say. But I think that's awesome. Just that I've been playing with Sara so often as of late that I can just fall into that. So yeah. As far as the rest of my streaming goes, tomorrow we are back for more Cyberpunk Red. Jimenez escaped a burning room, no thanks to his associates, but you know. And then on Saturday, again, Mac the Husk will have to try to contend with the Church of Midnight, no thanks to his companions. So, and then we're off on Sunday. So the crew of, what is the ship's name anyway?
The Space Ghost.
The Space Ghost.
We haven't changed the name yet.
We haven't changed the name. Yeah, the crew of the Space Ghost is actually off duty on Sunday. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get back to it. Awesome. Well, this has been delightful. Just this whole thing. This whole thing is this episode might have been my favorite, I have to say. Just with how gonzo it got. It was an utter delight. So yeah, my favorite part was the whole thing. I think
the ancestral jingle, I think.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Oh man.
Let's roll. Please, let's roll a little.
It's like for some reason, that one piece of West Side Story decided to lodge in my brain tonight. So there it is.
So good.
We actually asked if we had to be careful about paying song royalties tonight. Since there were so many, there was so much of a soundtrack tonight.
Oh man, that's true.
Because we had that, and we had
Sinatra
we had
estates
ABBA
coming
and
after
Sinatra,
us.
and yeah.
We did that, yeah. We did sing into the ABBA on the air. We're good.
Yeah, we just mentioned
and
that.
I messed up enough of the Sinatra lyrics that I think we're okay there, but
should be solid.
yeah. Although I will admit there was a point where I had it before ABBA happened. I did have an idea in my head that I would start just that John would quietly start singing New York, New York as he was shooting
Nice.
this guy. But,
That's beautiful.
it's the whole start spreading the news. Anyway, but
I did think we could have missed all of this just by resolving it in a single time.
I know,
roll.
right?
Yeah. Oh
Clearly,
well.
this is superior.
I think it was, honestly.
For sure.
I think it was worth it.
Absolutely.
Currently.
100%.
Yeah, currently.
Yeah. So far.
Yeah.
Right.
At
In this
the
moment.
At the moment. But anyway, once again, I am Jim Ryan. You can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. I have links down below to my website, Twitter, YouTube channel, and some of my fiction and games I've been working on, along with links to game signups and applications to join our Discord. As previously stated, Saturday night we have more Invisible Sun. We're still on a train. We might be getting closer to getting off the train. Not sure.
Haven't you all been on the train for a while?
I feel as though we've been on the train for at least as long as the pandemic has been happening. I'm not sure.
I think longer. I mean, it feels like the whole second season has been on a train.
This is true.
I think you're right. It's basically Snowpiercer.
This train is where we live now. But yeah, no, there it is. Yeah, so perhaps we shall see. Sunday, normally there are one-shots and Dark Matter, but I am taking Sunday off for mental health reasons.
Yay.
And just sort of dealing with that. But slowly a structure for doing one-shots is beginning to form, the new structure, so we're getting there. I still got to talk to some folks, but I think I'm sorting it out. Just sorting it out. Need more bandwidth. That's really what it comes down to. But speaking of not having bandwidth, another game that I'm in, on Monday nights, I'm over on Salty Sweet Games playing in their 5e campaign, Strange Invasion, Assault on the Barrier Peaks. On Tuesday nights back over here, this month, where the mini campaign this month is Casketland, which is an occult western that's also powered by the apocalypse.
It is so weird.
It is. It is weird and grotesque and delightful, and a lot of it has to do with fighting monsters, strangely enough.
Yeah.
Which it's interesting. It's interesting to play with. They just made it to the to a lake filled with bones at the end of the last session, where they're going to retrieve the scythe of the scythe of a god. So that should be an interesting thing. This little artifact they're going to pick up before they have to go and face a cult to try and go and take their water. So that's happening. Then, of course, Thursdays, back around to Thursday afternoon, I am over on Encounter Roleplay, running a short campaign of Deadlands Noir, Dreams of Dust. It is 1935. It's the Dust Bowl region. It is more of a Western noir game, the way that I run it. It's a lot of revelations happened today between the characters, which was delightful, and we only got 2 sessions of that left, so it's going to be kind of cool to see as they are finally kind of sort of perhaps aiming toward the bad things happening in the town and trying to get them sorted out. And then, of course, Thursday evening, 1 week from tonight, the Sprawl. Once again, more of this, where we shall engage in one more mission and see where it takes us. I'm very much looking forward to it. Right now, signups are open. I just opened signups for next month's mini campaign, which is going to be 50 Fathoms. That is a Savage Worlds game. That is a fantasy game, pirate themed fantasy game. It takes place in the Thousand Isles, the world of Charybdis. where there are all manner of different humanoid races, ocean-themed humanoid races, that ply this this land that used to be a big continent that was buried under 50 fathoms of water by the curse of the sea hags. And the sea hags now rule it from they're the center of the flotsam. So I think it's we had a one shot of it a while back, and we're now going to try for a mini campaign because I feel like I want to play with that setting some more. I took a poll a little while back, and that was one of the two more popular options that came up. So we're going to give it a shot. Doing it for like 4 sessions. It'll be like the other mini campaigns on here. We'll do session 0 first, and then we'll do like a 3-episode arc, see what happens. I'm looking forward to getting to that. So signups are open for that. As always, for folks who want to sign up for anything, you can go down below and click on RPG sign up, or go to jimmyyesthatjim.com and click on game sign up. As always, beginners are welcome. Let us see. When we hit the end card, there are a couple of finales going on, and other events. So it is a relative smorgasbord out there. But I'm going to go with the finale for Masquerades and Minuets, the Good Society campaign finale happening over on Off the Table, which they're still doing right now. So maybe they're close to the end. Who knows? But we'll get over there. And say hi to them. Feel free to hang on with us and say hi to them with us if you are so inclined. That again will be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and we will see you next week. Farewell.